In a world where Carolina Panthers fans have an insatiable thirst for Panthers news and opinions, only one podcast roars ferociously. It's the C3 Panthers Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Friday Free-For-All. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is. This is your show where you get to come on the C3 Podcast and tell me what you think about these Carolina Panthers and their chances going forward. You already know what it is. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you want to join, the link is in the description underneath the YouTube and the Facebook video. It's also in the chat room if anybody wants to come in and say what's up and say hello. But as always, I'm joined by some familiar faces, some stalwart members of the Friday Free-For-All, my partners in crime. Let me start with Nick Montiero. Nick, what's up, bro?
What's up, Cody? What's up, Kev? What's up, AJ? What's up, chat? It is Friday. It is the day we all look forward to every week, and we're going to chop up some Panthers football as we kick the shit out of the Cowboys.
Tell them. I'm loving it, man. We got so much to talk about. CJ Henderson, Dallas Cowboys. Hey, man, tonight is going to be an incredible show. Shout out to 89J Subs for the 199. Says mainstream disrespecting us. I hope we turn up, son. And you know it will, man. Whenever the Panthers are slept on, that's when you get the best Carolina Panthers team. But we already know that. Kevin Boshoven, my brother, what's going on, bro?
Not much. Just drinking on a little something. Just chilling with my fire alarm that's working.
Yeah, man. Hey, dude, that might as well be just as big a member of the Friday Free-For-All as you, man. Yeah.
Dinging every time I make a point right, just
there it is. Right on time. Oh, man. Then, of course, we're joined by my man, AJ Lindsay. AJ, what's going on, brother?
Nothing much, guys. Ready to get another Friday Free-For-All going. Got my pumpkin head ready to roll.
Hey, man.
These Cowboys this week.
I like that all day. My man Jay is going to be in here a little bit later. I'm sure we'll have some more people roll through here. If you haven't done so already, man, give some gentle, loving caresses to that like and subscribe button. Everyone always says hit it. And yeah, sometimes you got to hit it. That's what you do when you're in love. But you know what? Sometimes give that like button some gentle caresses, some loving caresses, man. Give some gentle touches to that subscribe button. And you know what? Hit that notification bell to do it again every single time we go live, man. So listen, without further ado, ain't nothing to it but to do it, boys. Let's talk about this big-time Panthers trade that happened. The Carolina Panthers have acquired CJ Henderson. We shipped Dan Arnold out of town. He's already been making plays for Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. But yeah, man, we have the best cover corner of last year's draft in CJ Henderson. My question to you all is, what is going to be CJ's role in this team going forward? Matt Rule said that he's going to be limited to start and don't kind of work him into the rotation. But how much do we expect to see from CJ Henderson in this game against the Dallas Cowboys? But on top of that, how do you feel about this trade in general? And we'll start with AJ.
I feel great about this trade. I mean, we sent Dan Arnold. I mean, I know everybody was like the Darnold to Arnold thing going on and everything during the preseason. But, I mean, he had 2 catches for 29 yards last night. I'm like, okay, whatever. But we got the top-rate cover corner in last year's draft, the number 9 overall pick for Arnold, and a 5th-round pick. I mean, that is value beyond belief. I'm not expecting too much from him this week because, I mean, really, he's just coming in. He's got to learn the system and everything. They may put him out there for a few plays and say, okay, you're man-to-man with whoever we put you on, and build from there. I think probably within the next month or so, then I look for them to have starting him opposite Action Jackson, move AJ Boye back into the slot, and we keep rolling. And hopefully we're doing well enough by the end of the season that we can get Jaycee Horn back, and then we're going to really do some damage.
Yeah, man, dude, if we can get Jaycee Horn back this season,
but they built for seasons to come.
Yeah, they definitely are, man. And listen, CJ Henderson is a guy that, people have been talking about. Does he love football? Again, these questions are secondary because we're not going to ever really know that for a fact. Like, we're just going to have to see what we got with this young man and just, how he plays and what he's going to do. As far as his level of play, dude, I think he has been absolutely incredible thus far. His debut last season with the Jaguars to play the Indianapolis Colts, dude, shut down T.Y. Hilton. He shut down everyone that he went up against. So, I understand they're probably trying to get him up to speed with the playbook, which I know is incredibly important too. But yeah, well, let me just jump around here. Nick, I got your laptop up on the screen. Do you need me to switch back to your phone? All right, I got you, bro. I got you. And we're back.
My bad. My laptop's slow as shit, dude. So
so tell me what you think of this. One, what do you think of this trade? And two, how fast do you expect CJ Henderson to actually take some meaningful snaps and contribute to this football team?
So first off, I'm super excited about this trade. I know when I called in on Tuesday, it was actually Monday afternoon. It was before the CJ trade. I wasn't for trading for Sherman. I felt like he was a Band-Aid that we didn't necessarily need. I felt like if we were, don't get me wrong, we would be more competitive than we would have been without him. But at the same time, I feel like this wasn't the year to bring a guy like Sherman in. I feel like we went into this season expecting to have an above average defense, but be lacking on offense, and in turn keep us kind of in the middle of the road. So I didn't feel the need to bring in Sherman. But CJ Henderson, I mean, we got him on the second year of his contract.
Yeah.
We have him for the next 3 years at minimum. If you include this season. He did not necessarily play all that well for Jacksonville, but Jacksonville doesn't have the defense like we have. Our front four make it so much easier on the corners, make it so much easier on the entire secondary. So the fact that we can bring in a guy who was not only in the top 10 for picks, but who's going to be here for a long period of time opposite JC, it's perfect. I love the signing. I like Scott Fitter for it. The fact that we gave up Dan Arnold, who we don't really use all that much. Okay, we have quite a bit of depth at tight end. I'm okay with losing a guy. I'm going to miss Dan Arnold, but sorry, CJ Henderson's going to be here for a long time, and I feel like Matt Rule can be that coach that gets this kid the ball out.
Yeah, Kevin, let me go to you on this too. What are you feeling about the trade? And is anyone upset about the draft picks that we no longer have? Because essentially right now the Carolina Panthers don't have a second or a third round pick. So I mean we're essentially going to be picking in round one and that's it. And if we have the season that we're all hoping to have, it's not going to be a top 20 pick anyway. So what do you feel about CJ? Did we give up too much, and was this whole thing worth it?
I mean, I like it just because it's an unknown commodity. That's the reason I don't love it. I mean, very few teams give up their first round pick from last year for a third and a regular player,
Yep.
And Dan Arnold, I mean, it is what it is with Dan Arnold. I think we can get much more, stuff out of Tommy Tremble and what's our old tight end?
Ian Thomas. Ian Thomas. Hey, dude, I don't blame you, man. We're all trying to remember who that guy is, man. Maybe he can make a name for himself.
I think he won't play a lot of minutes these opening games. I think they're just going to wait, try to smooth him in, just because his mental. It seems like it's all about his mental. The reason they traded him, So they don't want to like mess him up mentally wise. With Sherman, I just wanted us to pick him up just so the Bucs wouldn't get him. Like, I don't want anything good.
Play and keep away.
Yeah, man. Like, any advantage is a good advantage.
Yeah. And all right, listen, I'm going to post this to all of you, and I'm going to post this to everyone in the chat room. Remember, man, this is the Friday free-for-all. I'm wanting y'all to come and tell me what's going on, okay? But, considering this football team right now, what do you think going forward? Did you think the Panthers need to make a move on this offensive line? Because if we're still competing at the rate that we are now and we're able to go out and get a big W, I mean, this offensive line is one of the worst parts of this football team. Lynn Leonhardt, shout out to you, Lynn, says, do you think Federer would trade for O-line after Dallas game when it becomes clear we need serious help? And that's say again.
We already
I
traded.
really don't think we can.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really don't think we can. Just because offensive linemen, if you're a good offensive lineman, you're not a free agent at this point. And if you're going to trade for an offensive lineman, especially a tackle, you're giving up a first-round pick. That is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're giving up a first-round pick. And I honestly believe Scott Fitterer's thinking is that if we're going to be as good as he think we're going to be this year, we're going to be picking on the back end of the first round. He's from Seattle. He's going to trade out of the first round, and we're going to recoup the pick from the Sam Darnold trade, and we're going to recoup all the other picks that we've got because he's going to trade down the board and accumulate more picks.
Good point.
And I just don't think we're going to trade that first-round pick. Who's available, even if we gave up a first-round pick, who's available that's going to come in and provide that immediate impact that we would say, okay, we're going to give up that first-round pick and that possible opportunity to trade down back in the draft and accumulate the other picks that we've already traded.
I think we're going to trade the first rounder, but it's going to be for trading back.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that, man. We need, like, I don't think that there's anybody available that we can get, and for the price that they're going to want, it's not worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We need that first round pick next year for a solid left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, let me welcome Justin to the Friday free for all. Justin, what's up, brother?
Tackle pick into the draft.
Chilling. Hey,
so
Justin, since you're just now jumping in here, man, I wanted to get your opinion on CJ Henderson. Oh, and you know what? Okay, and so I'm going to ask Justin this first, but I want everyone to jump in on this too. Me and Tony, when we were talking about CJ Henderson, we kind of caught flack from people in the chat room saying that we were talking too much about his press conference and how dour he sounded and that like we were reading too much into it. Well, given that there is this narrative around CJ Henderson that he doesn't love football, let me ask y'all this. Is anyone worried about that? Like, does anyone have any fear inside you that we just traded for a guy that doesn't want to do this long term and isn't going to give his all to this? Justin, what do you think, man?
Nah, I don't think that's it. That's well, I don't think you guys contemplating it. He was speaking on his demeanor. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. From watching the interview, watching what I read, I mean, hell, even going back to watching him back in college, he didn't really seem like he was like James Bradbury. I heard a lot of people comparing to JB, like about his business, and he's not really gonna do any of the extra stuff. It seems like he don't really want attention on him like that. He seems like the kind of person that just wants to do his job. Not flashy. He's not that prototypical corner. Not to me, like, and it's been said before. If you got drafted to an organization that has a history of screwing people over, losing, just you don't want, like, it's dope that he got drafted. Like, you see the excitement from his family and shit. But even if I was in that situation, I'd have been like, fuck, I got drafted. Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. And that is, you go up, and everybody know the higher you go up, the harder it's going to be when you come crash. And the reality is, it's Jacksonville. Like,
yeah.
Like,
and they literally have a history of that position. They'll draft a number one corner, and then he don't want to play there.
Didn't they draft him to replace him, Ramsey?
Yeah, I mean they drafted Ramsey. They traded Ramsey away to the Chargers, and then they drafted CJ Henderson, and then it just didn't work out there with them, man. But yeah, again, man, like thinking about man, like the potential of Jaycee Horn and CJ Henderson for the foreseeable future, man, that's two number one corners on both sides of the field right there, man.
Like, Jackson.
Yeah, man, like we're really building a very a really good secondary, man. Our own Legion of Boom, no fly zone. I mean,
hey, do you think if we re-sign Donte, we could move him to safety?
That would be dope as hell. Like,
well, actually, okay, so I want
a free safety when we drafted him.
So look, that's one of the questions that I have for all of you. Real quick, let me add in Panther Rule. Panther Rule, what's going on, brother?
Nothing. Just excited to be here and wait for Sunday.
Hey, man, we're all excited for Sunday. So yeah, let me post that to all of you real quick. And remember, if you have anything playing in the background, mute your microphone when you're not talking. Whoever has anything planned, but yeah. So let me ask you this: what does this mean for Dante Jackson? Because I've been a super fan of what Dante did. That's why I put CJ and Dante in the thumbnail for the video today. Because one, they're kind of linked together because they're both going to have to play a corner at the same time on both sides of the field. But then also, knowing that we're going to have Jaycee Horn coming back at some times, now we have CJ Henderson. You know, Dante being in a contract year, do we foresee a future with Donte Jackson being a part of the Carolina Panthers after this trade, or does it make it harder for Dante to get that kind of extension here in Carolina now? And I'll throw this out to whoever wants to jump in.
I think he stays. I really do. But then again, he spoke highly of him, which means they trade him, or cut him.
Yeah, but they speak highly of everybody at this point. Like, if you listen to how they talk about everybody, they talk highly about everyone. So I think that notion of if Matt Rule talks highly of you, you're gone, I think that's slowly going to start becoming a thing of the past as the season goes on.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I think we'll sign him. And, you know, I'm sure we'll find a spot for him. Yeah. The dude flies around the field. I
actually think it's not going to be for a whole lot either.
The thing is, I was watching the video.
I think they can sign him to safety.
Our defensive scheme, and the person narrating the video mentioned that a lot of our guys they're like two position players. You'll have an edge who can play linebacker. You'll have a D tackle that can play DN. Dante has the skill set. Like I've seen a lot of people say that just because he's fast, he can't play free safety. His ball hawking ability is what makes me believe he can play free safety.
Yes.
Season, he has no problem coming up and laying the boom on people. So you put him and Chin on the back end.
Absolutely.
You have JC and CJ, and a cat that a lot of people I feel very strongly about is Keith Taylor. He has a similar build to JC and CJ, 6'1", 6'2", rangy kind of guy. If they can develop him, it's a situation in which it's pick your poison. If you want quick passes, is getting batted down, it's getting picked. You want to try to go long, slow developing plays, your quarterback's gonna be picking dirt out of his face mask. Like I think best case scenarios is they give Dante a nice chunk of change, and he himself comes back at something of a discount, and they just start essentially playing like positionless football, like how the NBA is. Positionless basketball. Do that with the defensive backs. You got cats say, "Hey, our safeties can cover you like corners. Our corners will come up and hit you like linebackers. Our linebackers will go through the line like they DNs and D tackles."
Yeah, and was that video you were watching, the Brett Coleman video?
I believe so.
Yeah, I watched it too. I've always watched Brett's videos. Yeah, I saw that too. And listen, this is my question since we're on it. Like, you know, a lot of people are like, well, D-Jack doesn't play safety. We're trying to put him there. I do think that, but it's a good question to ask is, does Dante actually want to move to a different position.
No.
Because if he sees himself as an outside corner, like you might do all the convincing that you want to try and move him to safety or try and move him to nickel corner, which, by the way, that's another one I've always, people kind of, talk down about nickel corner like it's a lesser position, but most defenses are in nickel the majority of the time. I mean, that's a full-time starting position. I mean, I would love it if Dante could move into that nickel spot. Also, because he's been tackling so much better this year.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So because of that, I'm happier about letting him potentially experiment with another position, especially if we have a need at those positions.
But I would say, how much money does a corner get opposed to a safety?
Corners get a lot more money, I think.
Exactly.
Fix that. Make him the highest paid fucking safety. Make him like the number 2, 3rd highest paid corner. Make him the highest paid safety, and convince him that that's where he would best serve the team. Like, if I hope and pray that the organization, the coaches are talking to these players, and these players are sitting there like, yo, look at what we're doing right now. If we're an offensive line away, let's try to bring this defense back. Like, if we make a deep playoff run this year, hopefully that can convince some of them cats to take discounts.
But would you still pay? Would you make Dante the highest paid free safety without ever playing him in that position first?
Well, my hope would be, like I said, positionless football. The things I'm going to ask him to do, essentially the same thing he's been doing like his 3-4 years in the league. I'm not going to pay him and ask him to go do something he hasn't done at all. If it's like a slow transition, then let it be a slow transition. I have faith that the man's talent and dedication will take him to where he wants to be.
I got a question about Dante in general.
But hold that question real quick. Let me add 2 people in here. Blake Bettis, my man, doing this TikTok thing. What's up, Blake? What's up with you, bro?
Oh, he gone.
Oh, no, hang on. I'll pull him back. Blake, what's up?
Cut me off and put it back on.
No, I didn't cut you off, man. Hey, you're good, though. What's up, man?
Not much. I was trying to get here, but I wasn't sure if it started at 7 or 7:30, so I was trying to get back to the house.
You cool, man. You cool. Jump in whenever you're available. And first time to the Friday free-for-all. We've seen him in the chat room a bunch. Lance Kubiak. Lance, what's up, brother?
What's good, fam? How y'all doing?
What's up, buddy?
Dude, we're doing good, man. Happy you could join us. But yeah, let's hey, I wanted to continue this conversation. Let me get some people in here that haven't asked yet. Panther Rule, what do you think about the CJ Henderson trade? Are you happy with it? And do you think that he's going to be able to contribute for us sooner rather than later?
I do. I like his. I actually like his demeanor. We've seen big mouths come into the league before, and a lot of them are big mouths and they don't turn out squat. Some of them are not, but quiet guys. Actually, CJ Henderson reminds me of Chris Gamble. Chris never liked to talk a lot, but when he got on the field, he produced.
I got his autograph on my jersey.
As far as the conversation was, I would actually, I don't know that bringing in CJ to me wouldn't change my desire to keep Dante Jackson. You know, with the way the league is now, you're going to need 3 stud corners.
Yeah, that's what William Taylor just said.
Yeah, and Tyrone Matthews plays free safety and nickel corner a lot because the Chiefs actually use him in nickel a lot.
Yeah,
and I mean he already does that now. Granted, he makes about 15 to 17 million a year, but you know, you pay what you got. So
yeah, no, I mean I definitely. If anything, Dante Jackson just being a leader on this football team and all the big 3rd down stops he's made this year for us, dude. Listen, I don't know if you guys checked the the Madden simulation that me and CK put out yesterday.
Oh, that was cool.
But dude, Dante Jackson made the play of the game in that. I won't spoil it. I'll let y'all go and check. No, you're good. I'll let y'all check that out, man. That was these Madden simulations. They've been going crazy, man. But
hey, Cody.
Yeah. What's up?
I was going to ask about with Jackson. Like, I understand not doing it this year because of our depth at corner and everything, but I always wondered, like, he's super fast, and we've had trouble with kick returns. Why haven't we put him at kick returner yet?
I mean, hey, maybe when you're a guy that runs a 4-3, I feel like we all have this urge to kind of put him at a bunch of different positions just because he's so versatile enough to be able to do it. But I don't know, man. This guy is a technician. He's doubled down on his craft. He's gotten better at playing corner. I kind of don't even want him to focus on too many other things. Like, just be the best version of Dante Jackson that you could possibly be, because we need that guy right now more than ever.
Yeah, right now. I'm talking about like maybe next year when we get.
Oh yeah, I hear you for sure. Let me get Lance Kubiak in on this. Lance, what do you think about CJ Henderson, and what are you thinking about this trade? And just overall, man, just give me your thoughts.
I think the upside could be great. It's kind of going to be a wait and see kind of thing for me, because we've seen other players like this in the past that have whatever off the field issues, or may just not have their heart in the game, and it doesn't work out long term. But his talent's there. We don't have to worry about that. It's will he trust in this staff and buy in and contribute?
Yeah, Panther Rule mentioned Chris Campbell. I've even heard him compared to James Bradbury. James Bradbury was another guy that wasn't a talker, didn't have a lot of interaction with the media and not saying a whole bunch. So, that's another comparison too that I think people make. Is there anyone in the show that has had an issue with the Panthers not having second or third round picks, or was this basically just necessary to what we're going to do? Let's go to Blake Bettis on this one.
Well, here's what I'm learning is Fitterer is a tactical gambler. I mean, we're seeing it now with the CJ Henderson. We're seeing it with Hassan Reddick, and we even saw it with who's our third player we just picked up. He likes to take chances. Sam Darnold. So he's liking to take chances. So I'm saying that he's low risk, high reward type deal. And if it doesn't pan out, we're not really out too much. If the Sam Darnold pick pans out with a second round pick, then what a genius move that was. And if it didn't, then we're only out of second round. So I'm not too upset about losing the draft picks because of the potential upside of what he's finding. He does his homework. The tactical side of the gambling part, I mean, I'm really impressed with having an actual competent GM in the building. Like, it's nice seeing look, you're seeing Seattle fall apart right now because they're missing his presence. Seattle's not looking good because they don't have that talent coming in from those low draft pickups. So it's amazing what I'm seeing from Fitterer and Matt Rule as a combination. So it's good to see.
Yeah, dude, I've definitely been impressed with Fitterer thus far, man. And again, he's had some duds. The Perriman thing, Pat Elflein is still struggling major, but I think that he's exhibited two good features, and that he knows when to move on when you have to move on. Like when you've gotten the most out of the player and you can get some kind of value for him.
It's funny that you bring up Perriman, dude, because in that Raiders game against the Dolphins,
he's been playing well.
He is the reason why they went into overtime.
I think he's been a bad locker room presence.
You hear those kinds of rumors. It's impossible to really know either way unless you know somebody in the locker room. But overall, Fitterer has taken every opportunity to upgrade our football team in a big way when he had the opportunity to do so. And the fact that we heard CJ Henderson's name being floated around. And also, let's be real, we're Panther fans. Like, whenever you hear that a player is on the market, like for the past few years, we all know that's not us.
Yeah.
Like, they're not coming to Carolina. So
Bitter is a different animal.
yeah, dude, he's a totally different animal. I feel like the Panthers are going to be involved. It's literally just like he said in his introductory press conference. The Panthers are going to be in on every deal, and it really does feel like that's been true thus far.
The thing I'm worried about CJ is like, you know, I compare it to like almost like with the Raiders, like Randy Moss and Jamarcus Russell, like both had mental issues with the Raiders. One was because he was with the fucking Raiders and they sucked. They didn't know what to do. And the other one was just fucking sucked, which was Jamarcus Russell. And the Raiders traded Randy Moss for nothing and came out, got 21 touchdowns. You know, Jamarcus Russell just sucked. I'm hoping he's more like Randy Moss. Just for the bad organization.
Yeah. I think Cody said it earlier. If we do make a deep playoff push, our first round pick is going to be in the later half of the draft. So I honestly wouldn't have a problem because this previous draft we saw Federer move back quite often. The moment we traded for CJ, all right, we don't have a second, we don't have a third. The first thing that came to my mind was if we have a decent record, our first is going to be late. So if we trade back into the second, we could trade back, possibly pick up that second and third. Pray to God that we get like the best available offensive lineman. I say that, and I'm still kind of holding out hope that Christensen and Blastoise can get on the field. And
I was about to say them two might be our next like starters next year. So we
could have a situation with like Andrew Norwell, even though they were drafted, and he was an undrafted free agent. Like you get them out there, ain't no telling. We could be sitting in a situation where we still need a left tackle for the future, and we need a center because these two cats came in and they're actually holding it down. So we trade out of the first, pick up some more draft picks, have a few more bullets to shoot at the target, so to speak. So,
and you made a good point too. I think AJ mentioned it also. Like we're gonna trade down. Like we know Federer has said that literally verbatim. If you're picking outside the top 16, they don't really see too much of a difference between those late first round picks, early second round picks. So even with this scenario the way it is, I could still see the Panthers trading back and getting 2 second round picks and maybe another third round pick in the process and recouping all that they sent away from it. Similarly to what they did with Sam Darnold. Like we got most of the stuff that we sent away back already.
What was
if we had pick 18, that doesn't mean that we didn't have first round grades in the second round for the players we're trying to pick up. So that's not a problem picking it. Like if we're at pick 18, that's fine. And if you trade down and get 2 second round picks, I mean, who knows what the board looks like in the Panthers war room.
What was Cody? What was Jeremy Chin? He was a third rounder.
Jeremy Chin, we moved back up into the second round.
Yeah,
but you would say he was a first round talent, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Get somebody like that.
I had him in my top 100.
We can say he's a first round talent now.
Yeah,
we can always trade back and get some talent.
Yeah,
talent's always there.
This O-line is the weak link, and I'm hoping for this upcoming game on Sunday. Dallas's defense as a whole doesn't do anything. They don't do anything well. This could be a game in which the O-line, they go out there and they don't allow any sacks. They don't allow a whole lot of pressure, and that boosts their confidence in their abilities. Like they will get manhandled in the Texans game. They as an athlete, as a professional, as a man, as a human being, you gotta take a look in the mirror and be like, bro, that ain't me.
Oh, dude, they need the biggest mirror in the world to look into. So listen, trigger warning, and this might set some of you off if you haven't seen this already. But according to PFF, they put out this chart of all the NFL teams, their pass blocking grade versus their pass blocking win rate. Yeah, y'all, that's the Panthers all the way on the wrong side of this chart, y'all. that we are one of the worst graded pass blocking teams. We have one of the worst offensive line win rates in the NFL. And again, man, the fact that the Panthers don't have a second and third round pick, that makes this even more difficult because you are looking at having to either go into free agency and get someone, or, and while you're also having to pay potentially Dante Jackson, DJ Moore, Brian Burns. Like, we got a whole lot of people, Hassan.
Hold on, Cody. Hold on.
What's up?
Pay attention to where Dallas is at, too, though.
I was about to say, like, that surprises me more, actually, than Panthers.
Yeah.
Like, damn. I think they were that low.
I was saying this before the show. They have us ranked worse than the Bears. Have y'all seen the Bears' offensive line?
Have you seen the Bears' offense?
God, dude, they're so bad.
Well, then you see the Jets and the Saints in the middle, and we tore them apart. So
yeah,
and look at where the Falcons are. The Falcons are pretty low too, so that gives me confidence that our defense is going to destroy the rest of our division.
How can we be lower than the Falcons?
Where are the Falcons? I don't see them.
They're right behind the Raiders.
Dude,
the Raiders are teabagging them.
I love that. They're literally fucking hidden behind the Raiders logo, dude. That's so good. That does my heart good. Shit, yeah.
So Tampa ain't that high either. Like Tampa.
Hey, real quick, Bill Dotrieve donates $2, and I think this is for Kevin. He says to help replace that smoke detector.
I appreciate it, brother. I need some milk. In this place.
Yeah, man. But dude, listen. So this kind of, Justin was mentioning having to fix this offensive line, and the proof is in the pudding. You see it right there. The Panthers have one of the worst rated offensive lines in football, and it frustrates me so much because I feel like the answer is already on the roster. Let Deonte Brown play football. Let Brady Christensen play football. Because they can't be that much worse than that shit right there, which is what we're already doing. So, it really confuses me, and I really don't, I'm hoping that they'll work their way into the rotation. Justin, I think you brought it up, or that AJ, or that now that Miller has gone down, or that they listed on the injury report, maybe that might be an opportunity for someone like Deonte Brown or Brady Christensen to step up here.
Where is Deonte Brown's natural position? Where did he play in college?
Right
guard. A guard, right?
Yeah, he was a right guard for Alabama. And, dude, I watched him for years because I'm always watching Alabama. They always have a million players coming out. And, dude, I saw him on Derek.
Dude, watching Alabama because Alabama and Clemson were almost always in the damn national title game.
Yeah, we always had to go up against them, man. And
more.
Kevin, I'm about to kick you off the show. Hey man, you forgot who holds the reins to the ship, bro. Come on, man. But
hey, Cody.
Yeah.
I'll be at the game on Sunday, so is there anything you want me to cover while I'm there?
Oh man, dude, just keep an eye on this on the line and the trenches. Like that's to me where the battle is going to be won,
And how sad Dallas fans are going to be.
Well, I'm taking my dad, who's a hardcore Dallas fan, so it'll
that ought to be fun.
Yeah. But do we only see them getting playing time with an injury right now? Like, when is their chance to show what they have? Because if we don't see it before the next draft, it changes how we want to draft.
I think that they said earlier, not necessarily earlier this week, but before, it's one of those things where once they start getting reps, they have to be ready because they'll keep getting reps. So they might just be waiting for that right moment to where they think that they're ready. But I honestly think that, at this point, just throw them in there. Let's get some film out there of Deonte Brown, so that way when Christian comes back, he knows how he operates, and we can start getting some of those nice lines set up that we haven't had in years.
Like you said, we can't be much worse. I mean, what are we waiting for?
Yeah.
When it comes to offensive line, like with rookies, like I have no idea how to develop, offensive line rookies or anything. But like, maybe are they like sitting them for like a year to get them like see how the NFL is and stuff like that? Maybe.
But again, I agree with whoever just said like. Then that's more that you don't know going into next season.
Next year.
Yeah, like get this process underway. Start to see if these guys are really good or not. Like I understand, we all do, that they're gonna make rookie mistakes.
Yeah.
That is inevitable. But you want them to play their way out of that. Throw them into the fire now. Help to
I agree.
ease them into that process so that they're further along. And next year they're veterans. They're not starting for the first time for a full season next season. Real quick, shout out 89J Subs. Said Matt Rule sounds like Brady and Deontay are almost ready. Again, that Matt Rule says one thing a lot of times, and then his actions end up doing another.
Yeah.
So we'll see what that means. But
I mean,
I don't know, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if they played Sunday. I was listening to the radio and there was a reference that Matt Rule said, and I didn't hear Matt Rule say this, but they were saying that Matt Rule had said last week that it was tough to get. They were talking about Donte Brown, and it would be tough to get him ready on a short week.
But what is that like?
I heard that.
I mean.
Dude, I don't know. Like to get them ready, like
for a week.
Maybe if he was allowed to dress the previous few weeks in a row, you wouldn't be having to get him ready, man. I don't know. Right. Hey, real quick, D Black says Cowboys fan here. I want to subscribe so I can come back after we win and talk my shit. Hey, hit that like button now. And make sure you hit that like button after we paddle that ass on Sunday.
Yeah.
Make sure you come back.
After Dak gets done taking his beating, he may not want to come back in a Cowboy jersey again.
Yeah, man.
We're doing some prayers and hope that Shaq gonna do his best TV imitation. And
man.
You don't want that, bro.
Dude,
hey, D Black. Hey, D Black. I hope Dak is ready for Reddick and Burns because he might just break his other leg. It might happen.
I tell you, the Cowboys center. Just think of the Cowboys center. I think of
Brown.
Think of Brown pushing him out of the way.
Like Vita Vea was doing.
It'd be like pushing a toddler out of the way. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all in trouble with the Eagles?
Yep.
Hey, listen, man. That's actually a good natural segue to this, man. NFL.com, ESPN, Sports Illustrated, Sporting News, USA Today, CBS Sports, and Bleacher Report being the lone publication to go with our Panthers, man. So
it looks like the Saints game.
Yeah, dude, but Kevin, that right there lies my point.
I like it that way.
I love it. Oh yeah. I love it, dude.
Let them sleep.
Dude, the best Carolina Panthers football team is a slept-on Carolina Panthers football team.
And we know what the narrative is going to be like. We beat them, especially we beat them the way I expect them to beat them, like soundly. The narrative is going to switch to Cowboys aren't really that good. That's what national media is
all
going to
typical
do.
Cowboys.
I know it, too.
They didn't have Michael Gallup. They didn't have their lineman that's out. Yeah, we're going to hear all the same things.
Yep. Oh, we're missing our starting right tackle.
Yeah. Do you think teams played up to the Cowboys?
So, real quick, no, Cam Irving is not right tackle. He's a left tackle.
Yeah.
No, CMC is not playing. No, Sam Darnold is not seeing ghosts. And he said Cam Irving couldn't make the team.
He's a ghostbuster.
I mean, yeah, listen, man, like Cam Irving has actually been, I think, better than most of us anticipated.
Well, if you listen to his interview, he was asked to switch sides constantly in Dallas. He wasn't locking down a position. So now that he can focus on left side, it's helping him.
So in the Texas game, I went back and looked at it myself. It was center, right guard, and oddly enough, which typically doesn't happen, the right tackle position. Those were the guys getting beat the most in that game. Irving? the left tackle and Daly actually played fairly well.
Yeah, Cam Irvin. Yeah.
Who beat the most in that game? Irvin. The left tackle and Daly actually played fairly well.
I'm hearing feedback. Where am I hearing that from?
Yeah, I don't know where you're getting that one from. Because I'm hearing it too.
Yeah. Come back in, Justin, whenever you get back.
Well, it's funny that he brings up Taylor Moton, because if you actually go back and look at that last touchdown that Sam Darnold made, the one where he rushed it in, it was thanks to Taylor Moton that was actually a touchdown, because he was not going to go in without that last push.
Yeah. I apologize also. That was my son.
Yeah,
no
you're
worries,
fine,
man.
You're fine. It's all good. You expect a level of unexpected on the Friday free for all, man. Everybody's live on their phones and shit. It's all good.
The Friday free ball.
Yeah, the Friday free ball, the Friday freak for all. You know, whatever y'all want to affectionately dub it, man.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go around the horn and ask y'all what y'all think about this. I like this. I mean, to me, if they're picking against the Panthers, it's just because they think Dak Prescott and this offense is just absolutely incredible, and that our defense hasn't played anyone. So I'm gonna let y'all sound off. What do y'all think about this? Do you like it? Do you love it? Personally, I like being slept on. I want everyone to assume that we're not going to do shit just for us to smack them around and be the talk of the town on Monday. Whoever wants to jump in on this.
I like being slept on. You know, our defense is rated number 1 in the league. I mean, if you're still sleeping on us at this point, just because we have Sam Darnold and no offensive line, I mean, come on. Like, Washington last year made it to the playoffs just off their defense. They were a terrible team, but our defense this year is so much better than their defense last year. And on top of it, so is our offense. So go ahead, sleep on us.
I love getting slept on, man. Like, listen, the time we went to the Super Bowl, they called us like the worst undefeated team like ever. Like, if it could have been. They talk shit about that, and then so yeah, we get to the Super Bowl if they keep talking shit about us.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, do you guys remember a time when the Panthers had a good team where they didn't sleep on us? Because I remember it in 2013. I remember it in 2015. In 2017. Like the Panthers are always looked at as like, I don't know, like the NFL's little brother or some shit. Like,
I kind of feel that's our fault though, like, because we never have a back-to-back winning seasons. So like we're expecting to do good. We're gonna do good.
Yeah. Well, in 2015, we went to the Cowboys. On Thanksgiving, we went to Dallas, and we were the underdogs. We were slept on. We were undefeated at that point, I think.
Yeah,
but people still smacked us around.
Is it just because it's the Cowboys? Like, what is this mass delusion around Cowboys? Because if you look around, like, in media publications, it's not just Cowboys fans that overestimate them and overfluff them up every year. Dude,
they're the most profitable franchise in America. So,
but dude, like after year of the Cowboys, like letting people down when they're supposed to have these good football teams, like why is everyone still so confident that they're gonna all of a sudden do something? It just makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense. They get ratings. They have a fan base that's nationwide. Mm-hmm. They get more fans tuning in and listening to their shows in the morning when they're talking high on them. If they're talking high on the Panthers, no one's going to tune in. No one cares. It's very localized. I'm in Texas, but I've been a fan since '95. So it's rare, but we're out there. But I mean, you got to look at it's just like anything else. What brings ratings to news articles is controversial or something that's very popular, and they're a popular team. That's what they're going to focus on until they slip up.
Think about the teams that don't have. They talked about this on Good Morning Football. They were talking about after our Thursday night game for the pre-show that this is probably the last time we're going to talk about the Panthers for most of the rest of the season. They're going to ignore us until they can't ignore us. So if we win Sunday, Well, if we beat the Cowboys, we're going to be 4-0, and that's the first quarter of the season. So they're not going to be able to ignore a 4-0 team if we're one of the only 2 or 3 undefeated teams still left.
That's the only way they talk about us if we're undefeated.
Yeah, no matter what, there's going to be a less undefeated
It's a small market, not the big money. Dallas has big money. They've been around forever, and you could go to any gas station in America and find somebody wearing a Cowboys hat or a Steelers hat or something like that.
My work.
You're not going to go
I work with one of them.
Somewhere in
A couple
Idaho
of them.
and see a Panthers hat.
If I win, I'm coming in to work with a jersey on. I don't care if they fire me.
But I mean, like even some of these. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
When we were 15-1, they were talking about we were the worst 15-1 team in history.
Yeah.
So that's disrespect.
Yeah.
We
The one
always
thing
get
that
disrespected.
one thing that irritates me. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
One thing that irritates me more than anything is to hear somebody, even the national media, say America's team. Oh, that just irks me to death. America's team. What does a lion sack of holy crap? I mean,
That's kind of
America.
true. America been losing for like 30 years.
But
Yeah,
that's
it's
sort of my point though. Like they haven't really been like a relevant football team since the 90s.
Yeah.
And like, okay, it'd be one thing if you're like the Steelers or the Packers that are good every year, and they're also a blue blood franchise. But like, dude, every year the Cowboys shit the bed and they're just disappointing.
Yeah.
The Patriots are America's team.
I have a theory.
I might be wrong, but because I was last Thursday night game, Troy Aikman and all of them doing doing their damn job. I looked it up, and if I'm not mistaken, the Panthers' first playoff victory was against the Cowboys. So I'm like,
Barry Switzer.
Barry
Barry Switzer said he didn't know where Carolina even was before the game.
Yeah.
They got their ass whooped.
Bro, and for us to win this weekend, we can't just barely we won by a last second field goal. It needs to be an absolute and utter dominate. Like this defense, for the defense to get the respect they deserve, they're going to need to go out there and do what they did to Zeke, do what they did to Kamara, do that to Zeke and Tony Pollard. And
Zeke does it himself.
And I don't have any doubt whatsoever they're gonna shut the run down. They're gonna make the offense very one-dimensional. And I'm predicting similar to the simulation, Dante's gonna have his first pick. And it might be
Hey, let's go. I love it. I'm down with it, man. Yeah.
They're showing us on NFL Network right now. It's surprising.
Yeah.
Because we're playing the Cowboys. That's the reason.
There's a theory about the America's team. I mean, I can bring it into another conversation. Henry Kellogg coined the phrase "breakfast is the most important meal of the day." That's complete false. It's not a true statement. So there's probably somewhere along the line that Jerry Jones coined the phrase "America's team," and they just never stopped using it and just kept using it till it was a natural saying. So it's the same type deal. It's all manipulation behind the scenes.
Yeah, man.
Marketing genius.
He brought up kicking, like we don't want to be like a last minute field goal. Kind of a segue. What do you think of Joey Sly?
Oh, getting released from the Texans?
Yeah.
Not surprising. Yeah, man. Like that dude was never clutch. That dude
No.
I mean, you all know I'm preaching to the choir here. Like we moved on from Joey Sly for a reason.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And D Black says, can Reddick and Burns run and catch passes? No, they can't. But you know what?
They don't need to.
Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore damn sure can, bro. So you're gonna have to find out the hard way, man.
Trill said, can Dak block?
I think he might be trolling us,
Dak
man.
block for himself? Yeah, 100%. But he was trying to talk trash about keep pounding, but I know you're not talking with we them boys.
How many fumbles will Zeke have?
But we men over here, bro. Fumbles? Dude, I don't know. We got to force some, man.
I saw a stat line that was crazy. I think it said he's led the league in NFL for fumbles since 2014, but he's been drafted in 2016.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Damn.
Say that one more time.
It said since 2014, Zeke has led the NFL in fumbles, but he was drafted in 2016.
Well, I mean, dude,
I
if
don't know what
anything,
to say.
dude, if
Man, I
that's
really
true. I
think they're
just
going
read
to
it.
shut the run down. I don't think we're really going to have to worry about the run because I believe they're going to focus on shutting the run down. They're going to put the ball in Dak's hands, and Dak's going to throw the ball 30 to 40 times this game.
wait, what does that say? Current Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, which from the last
my
winning
God.
season. No, is that real? You know what? Don't even tell me. It's real in my heart. That's real in my heart, dude. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Lance. That was fantastic. Oh man, dude. But yeah, this is so okay. Let me ask you all this, and now that whoever wants to jump in on this, go ahead and tell me what they're thinking. But what are some of the key matchups that you're looking at in this game? Because to me, there's a few. Yeah. So, and that's another thing. Like, they do have a bunch of different weapons. Do we think that we're gonna put Dante on CeeDee Lamb the whole time?
He's the fastest. I think they're gonna have Dante with his speed on CeeDee Lamb.
I'm gonna say Derek Brown versus their center.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I saw what Vita Vea did, and I'm not. At worst, I would say Dante. Derek's 1 or 2 steps is 1 or 2 steps below Vea's power, if not on par with him. And I was loving what I saw Vea do. So I'm expecting Derek to get out there and show him, man.
Yeah,
Derek Brown's a strong boy.
That game.
Yeah, and I believe Phil Snow's got a plan, and he's going to teach that young offensive coordinator for the Cowboys a lesson.
Yeah,
just how cryptic Joe Brady was being in his press conference. He didn't want to reveal anything.
No, I haven't seen Brady's press conference.
Brady might be in his bag now.
Yeah,
he might be getting in his bag now.
But also, and there is a level of truth to this, that coordinators, they don't bring out their best plays early in the season, man.
Yep, no.
Like they save certain plays for certain times, and I feel like especially this game,
we haven't needed to.
This is one of those times where we're gonna have to break out, the entirety of the playbook. But let me ask you this: Kevin already kind of mentioned it earlier that if the Panthers do win this, all they're gonna do is just say, the Cowboys were so much worse than they thought. But let me ask you all this: do you think that people will actually start to take us serious as legitimate contenders if we do have a similar performance against the Cowboys?
If we have a similar performance as we've had over the last 3 weeks, then yeah, they're going to take us seriously. Because let's face it, that first week, those Cowboys, they were right in it with Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And Tampa Bay is not what they were, but Tampa Bay is no slouch either.
I think we have to hold them under 17 for them.
Yeah, I agree. I would say under 20.
Yeah,
under 20.
I talked to one of my boys who's a Cowboys fan, and I told him, don't be shocked if the final score is 35-10, 35-14. For this defense to get the credit it's due, that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to go out there and just shut it down.
Yeah, I've been predicting that we're going to hold them to under 14 points, or 14 or under.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, man. And yeah, listen, Justin mentioned it earlier. I don't know if y'all are if you're into the X's and O's stuff. Brett Coleman on YouTube just put out a really good video on our defense called Carolina Reapers. And, dude, it really dives into what Phil Snow is doing really well for this defense at this point in time, and how they're using, Donte Brown to be able to really disrupt those interior offensive linemen and really destroy the run. Because the Panthers are on track to have one of the most legendary run defenses of all time. We're really not even being hyperbolic, man. We
held Alvin Kamara to 5 yards, man.
I
know. Who can say that?
The thing is,
dude, what are they gonna say if we do that to Zeke?
the thing that's
well, it's not too hard to do that to Zeke because they don't really run Zeke like they used to. Dallas is more of a passing team.
Pollard's the threat. Pollard's
a better runner. He's faster, better in
but
space.
The thing about the defenses from watching the breakdown, the concept that Snow seems to be preaching, teaching, and coaching is so simple, and it's like it's like simplicity in its finest form, paired with athletes. Like you look at the RAS score and all that. There's one play in the breakdown they're talking about how the Jets had the numbers in their favor. But when they snapped the ball, the guard pulled to the right. Fox noticed the guard pull, and similar to what a cornerback would do, he covered his man. And because he followed the pulling guard, blew up the run play. It's just like simplicity in its finest form, and it's beautiful to fucking watch.
It is, and people are trying to like take jabs at us. Even Drew Brees is like, oh, they run a very college style defense.
Yeah.
And it always feels like a jab, like an underhanded. They're doing some rudimentary college. Yeah, some college level shit.
Doesn't matter. Results.
Drew's only saying that because he doesn't have to go against us this year. He retired. He doesn't have to deal with this twice a year.
The last time we saw Drew Brees, Brian Burns was lighting his ass up.
Hey, do we know who's going to be on the call for the game this Sunday?
Isn't Greg Olsen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
right.
Greg? It is Greg Olsen.
Man,
yeah, bro, I forgot all about that. Dude, now I feel dumb for even asking because I did know that. Yeah, that's going to be cool listening to Greg, man. I'd rather be listening to Greg than Troy Aikman's ass.
I hope he takes little subtle jabs at the 2015 game when they beat him. Just little subtle jabs every time he can poke one in.
You got to, man. You got to.
On top of all of that, it came out the day that we're going to be wearing our blue jerseys. I'm hoping we go color rush, even though it's probably unlikely.
We're
wearing the blue jerseys. We're going to get Cowboy fans PTSD from them.
Exactly.
Wow, dude! If we go full color rush, man,
that'd be cool.
That's a good sign.
Yeah,
that's a good sign.
Yeah, that when we beat him on Thanksgiving night, that's what we wore.
Yeah.
Dude, hey Cody, real quick.
That's a legendary fit. Yeah, what's up?
I got to do something here. We got 99 people watching. 50 thumbs up. We are about to play America's team. We're going to really show them who's America's team this Sunday. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hell, you're a Cowboys fan? Hit the thumbs down button. It don't matter. Just show some love to the podcast.
That's all you got to do, man. That's all you got to do. 106 people watching, 59 thumbs up. We definitely appreciate you.
Are you not entertained?
Me too. Yeah, man, that's right. Man, this is your I call it like therapy sessions. It's your Panthers therapy sessions. We get to tell you that all of your excitement isn't for nothing. And when things go bad, we're here for one another. But things are not going bad. Damn it, they're going pretty good for Panther fans right now because this team is roaring, baby. We're firing on all cylinders. And listen, I think that if we play fast, yeah, I expect them to move the ball at points in time. But knowing how fast we are, I think once we're down in the red zone, we're going to be able to really clamp down and play aggressive, man. I foresee the Panthers having a good day when it comes to red zone stops, like really making some big stops when it matters most.
Our last 2 weeks, our red zone offense has dramatically improved.
Yep.
Dramatically. It looks like a different team in the red zone.
I want to get the ball rolling on a name for the defensive backs, the safeties and corners. I saw it on Cat Scratch Leader. I can't speak right now, but they were talking about Legion of Boom 2.0 and all of that. Somebody said Legion of Thieves. So I want to try to just get the ball rolling on because I like the way that shit sounds.
Cody likes Legion of Broom.
I'm at what?
Legion of Broom is your motto there.
Legion of Broom.
You misspoke on the other show. I had a laugh.
Oh, did I say that? Bro, I misspeak all the time. I say a bunch of dumb shit that I don't pick up until after I rewatch it. Hey, y'all don't know I'm a dumbass by now? Come on, bro. Y'all been
Speaking
watching
of-
long enough.
Intentional misspeaking. I love that you call Matt Rule on the Madden simulation
Yes.
Rat Mule.
Dude,
I
what?
watched the simulation the other day, and I was like, that is hilarious. It took me a second to pick up on it. But
I
that's
give
awesome.
I give all the credit in the world to CK. I heard him do it, and then I just started taking after him and doing it too. People thought in the chat that like we were insulting Matt Rule, but we're like, no, dude, Madden
artist.
just made this guy look like a
They
like
did.
a
It
He
looks
looks
nothing like Matt Rule.
no,
Nothing.
like a
Oh,
body
It looks
snatcher
like
or
he's
something,
been chasing
dude.
parked cars.
Yeah,
Look,
dude.
the generic version of the Patriots coach looks more like Bill Belichick than Matt Rule looks like fucking Matt Rule.
yeah.
That's not Bill Belichick. That's maybe
Yeah,
their offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
Bill Belichick won't let him use his likeness on Madden.
yeah.
To speak on that real quick, anybody who hasn't watched those simulations needs to at least check out this week's because it's
Fantastic.
great.
It's awesome.
I don't want to give any
Yeah.
spoilers out, but it's
This one,
Yeah, no
this
spoilers.
one,
Yeah.
this one was a fun one, man. This
Yeah.
one,
The head scratcher at the
especially,
end, though.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
dude, I'm
And I
telling you,
hope and pray our defense plays better than the guys on Madden played.
and dude, that's been a consistent.
I don't even
game.
care. A win's a win.
Yeah.
If we get
Madden-
if we get a win,
Now, our
Madden,
offense,
for
our
the past
offensive-
few
go
weeks in a
ahead.
row, has thought our defense
Yeah.
is trash. We put it up all the way, and our defense is still giving up all kinds of big runs and shit. So
Hey, Cody.
Because Madden gives Carolina no respect. I mean, if you look at the ratings of our players on there, it's like, really? Hassan Reddick is like an 83 or an 84.
Has it changed since week one?
I
Not
think he
much.
went up like 1 or 2. They've got Shaq Thompson at like an 81 or an 82 right now. They had Jaycee Horn starting out at a 74, and they had Patrick Surtain at a 79. I'm like, really?
I still haven't got the new one because I heard they didn't really do much.
They just did. Carolina gets disrespected all the way around every year.
Yeah,
again, though, man, especially now, and you all have been hearing me say for a long time that this Panthers team has everything in the world to prove. No one can rest on previous success. This whole team has got something to prove. So that's why I love it, man. A slept-on Panthers team is the best Panthers team. Like we don't need to get respect or kudos or flowers from anyone until we're hoisting up that Lombardi trophy, dude. And then they got no choice but to shut their mouths. So right now we're on pace to do that with the defense that we've been trotting out on the field. I'm hoping CJ Henderson can get up to speed fast because, I mean, dude, Jaycee Horn has been absolutely lights out for the Panthers. And,
beast.
just an absolute beast. And you don't just replace someone of that caliber too. We haven't brought up this yet. What do we think AJ Bouye is going to do in this game? Do we think he's going to have a meaningful game? And where do we think that we're going to play him most? Outside, nickel? What are we thinking?
If the defensive line does their job, he will have one.
I think it depends on CJ.
That was on me. I should have pitched it to somebody. Let's go Lance first. Lance, tell me what you're thinking, bro.
I think it's going to depend on who we bring into play, who we start. Because I'd like to see him in the nickel. I think. I don't think he has the same athleticism he has to hold up on the outside, especially with Dallas. But he has the smarts from being in the league for a while and having Pro Bowl seasons to handle that nickel role. But I am worried. I don't know if we're going to have CJ on the field or not, but I just really think it's time for like Keith Taylor and people like that to step up. I want to see, we're being doubted because they might potentially be starting. So it's their time to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, I hadn't watched Matt Rule's most recent press conference. Shame on me, I know. But what did he say about CJ Henderson and the playtime they expect him to have against Dallas?
They said that he would be played in limited packages. So I'm not necessarily sure what they mean by that, but I'm assuming that he's probably going to play maybe one in about 5 snaps, if I had to guess. I don't think it's going to be all that. I don't think that it's going to be all that much. I mean, the guy just got signed to the team this week. I think the whole reason why our defense is acting the way that it is because of the preseason. So I don't necessarily expect him to come out and ball out right away. I would say probably a week or two before the Pats game is when we're really going to see what we have in him. So we got to be patient, unfortunately.
Definitely.
Yep. Hey, we got some Cowboys fans in the chat talking all kinds of shit. Hey, man, we welcome all comers, man. If y'all want to get lit up by this Carolina Panthers team and its fans, dude, that's on you. Shout out to 89J subs for the 199. He says, "What's y'all's confidence level for the W?" So I'll just go around here. Blake, how confident are you, brother?
Oh man, it's kind of like that immovable object meets an unstoppable force, or however that saying goes. Our defense versus Dak being able to throw the fire out of the ball. I think it all comes down to that. If we can get that pressure, I'm moving toward like the 75% range of us winning. But if we can't stop the throw, then they're going to be able to bring it back up to like a 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and again, I want honest answers only. Everyone, you have to give me your honest assessment, your honest reading of this game. Hey, let me welcome in a good friend of the C3 podcast, One Carolina One. What's up, bro? You're a little bit muffled. Say something again. I'll bring you back in just a minute. So yeah, man, let's go and get some more confidence levels here. Panther Rule, how confident are you, man? What are you thinking? And again, honest answers only. We want to know what everyone's confidence level going into this is.
I'm really confident. I really think we're going to beat the Dallas Cowboys. It may not be. I'm thinking it's going to be a close game, but I think the key to the game is going to be, honestly, the inside pressure to our defensive line. And you got to remember, Cowboys are missing their right tackle. And against the lame defensive pressure they've had for the last few weeks, it ain't mean much. But last week was Collins' first game being out, and that didn't affect the Cowboys at all. This week, he's going to face Reddick or Burns, the backup right tackle will, right along with the interior pressure that Brown's going to bring, and Fox. So,
yeah,
I don't think Prescott's going to have a good game. I've read a lot of people. I've watched some things that Prescott's less mobile this year than he has been in the past. So,
yeah,
I would like to see that.
So everyone in here might already be able to see this. I've got somebody in the waiting room posing to be T-Baby. I don't, dude. But it's stuff like that that scares me because, well, you already know why. Hey man, let me see.
Is he showing his T-Baby?
Well, I mean, no, that's his name as T-Baby. He's got the laundry guy photo. Yeah, I know. He's got the laundry guy photo, pretending like he's Boom. That's it. That's it. Now you all saw it. You all saw it. Yep. I put it up for a minute. I'll let you see him as T-Baby in the chat room.
It's almost like Fight Club.
Yeah. Oh, dude, good times. Good times. Oh man, shout out to the laundry guy, man. Tony's long lost brother out there. Keeping t-shirts clean everywhere. There might be stains, Yeah, man. But AJ Lindsay, what's your confidence level going into this game, man?
I'm about a 75. I agree with Panther Rule that it's going to come down to getting inside pressure up the gut in Dak's face. Yeah. Dak is one of the top quarterbacks in the league as far as how quickly he gets the ball out. So if we can push that pocket right back into his face, I think that's going to cause him a lot of problems because I don't see him rolling out because if he does, he's going to roll either in the Burns or Reddit. So Derek Brown, and they're going to have to bring the blitz right into his face.
Bro, T-Baby in the chat room just said it's safe. No dicks here. Should I trust him?
Oh, why not?
Why not?
We've
Go
already
for it, Cody.
All right, well, hold on.
Deal with a temporary ban.
I mean, okay, hold on. First, one Carolina. One, are you back with us?
Yeah, I'm here, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I can hear
Yeah.
you, brother. Hey, man, glad you can join us, man. What's going on, dude?
Word, man. You know, I feel like I'm the biggest slacker in Panther creation because I done missed this whole week, bro. I've been so sick, man. I'm really just getting back on my feet. But like,
Oh no.
yeah, I'm tapped in, man. I'm watching what everybody's doing, man, and I'm excited about this game, man. I'm I got thoughts or whatever, but I just kind of want to join in and just I don't want to go back and retro to stuff y'all already talked about, so I just kind of pick up where y'all at.
Yeah, man. I mean, no, listen, we've talked about a lot today. One, I'm glad you're feeling better, first and foremost. Dude, it's everybody's dealing with something now, man. It feels like either getting over something or they know somebody that's got COVID or the flu or something crazy, man. But yeah,
Appreciate that,
real
bro.
quick, let me get your thoughts on this matchup, man. What are you thinking about this matchup with the Cowboys?
Obviously, like everybody else and all the parity that's going around, I do think it's a humongous test for us. I think it's a test for Dallas, as far as, our defense is concerned and everything. So I think it's one of those things that, obviously at this time in the season it's going to be hyped up. While I do think it's a test to see where we land, as far as power rankings and stuff is concerned, I don't think it really means anything in the long term just because this team is still kind of finding itself. But for the matchup, for the moment, when in Rome, obviously you want to, tap into the energy because I feel like we don't get the respect. But one of the things that I heard you guys talking about offensive line and all that kind of stuff. I noticed something, man, and I said this about Davis Mills. When you don't have tape on a guy, man, it is so hard to game plan for. Don't be surprised if they sneak Shy Smith out there and you see a Shy Smith showing. Like, because they don't have no tape on him. You know what I'm saying? They don't know his temperament. We don't know what he looks like. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see, how that looks. I saw that he's active, but I don't know how active he's going to be. And then the other question I have really for you, Cody, man, like, can somebody please give me, like, why is Donte Brown not even dressing, bro? Like,
dude, it's
don't make no
perplexing,
sense,
man. It's perplexing. I still don't really know. And, again, man, like, I don't know the things that I don't know. So maybe they're seeing a Donte Brown that we're not, seeing and just, not picking up the playbook fast enough or whatever it is, man. But I have this feeling like we all do, because many of us are seeing his Alabama highlights and just what this guy is capable of doing. Man, he needs to be on the football field, man. Him and Brady Christensen need to be on the football field because what we're currently trotting out there is ranking around the bottom of the NFL in offensive line stats anyway. So, yeah, it's honestly perplexing to me, man. I would have started them a while back.
Yeah, I agree.
There's got to be a reason, though, because it's not like we don't play rookies. I mean, Tommy Trimble has already contributed pretty well, so I don't think they have a problem taking a flyer on a rookie. There's got to be something we're not seeing for the reason they're not trotting them out there. I would like to see him too.
I think it might be a confidence level in their knowledge of the offense. I think that's the only logical thing that I can come to is they're not confident in their knowledge of what they're supposed to do when they're on the field. And once they're at that point, or injury forces them out there, and then they can show it in the game. Like, bro, I Cody said it. I've said it before. Plenty of other people said it. They cannot be any worse. Absolutely could not be any worse than what the line currently looks like. So get them out there, let them get some live action, and there's hope there. Right, there's hope there.
Hey, let me add William Taylor to the stream. Will, what's up, Will?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, can you hear
me?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good, man.
Hey,
What's up?
On the Donte Brown thing, do we think maybe it's part of conditioning? I know they said he dropped like 30 pounds. He had to work himself into playing shape. Could that be the reason why we're not seeing him yet? Maybe they're just hoping to get him there like later this season.
And again, it's like that's why I said I don't know the things that I don't know. From what I'd heard, Donte Brown had lost a lot of weight. He had gotten himself into playing shape, and he had really come a long way just over the course of the offseason. So, you know, I can't say for sure that it is or isn't that. I just know this, man. My man might be a big boy, but dude, when he was at Alabama, that didn't stop him none, dude. I'm talking, I saw him against our very own Derek Brown, and he was able to hold his own. I mean, this dude is a real monster. And especially when you don't have Christian just doing these special things that only McCaffrey can do out there on the field. Yeah, dude, help out Chuba Hubbard and put the mauler in the middle of our offensive line. To me, dude, this is the most simple thing in the world. I don't know why it hasn't happened yet, man.
I wonder if it's
moves people.
Yeah, he does.
You don't stay still when he puts his hands on him.
So there's a matchup we haven't talked about. That's why I'm like 90% confident in this win. Biotish versus Jones and Brown. He's going to get blown up on every play. Biotish is their weak link on the line, and we have two studs in the middle now.
What position does he play?
Center.
Yeah, man. That dude, I feel like Donte Brown and even guys like Daquan Jones, Nixon, Bravion Roy, I feel like they've all done a tremendous job beating up on guards and centers this year. Like they've really done a tremendous job at that. I'm also I'm kind of to the point now where I think our offensive line problems, you know, I don't think that they're having anything to do with Joe Brady's play calling, but I do think that we've kind of gotten lazy because we depend so much on Christian McCaffrey, and we do let him do so much. Joe Brady, I think that we need to continue to heap more criticism on him for the offensive line specifically, and our offensive line coach, whose name escapes me right now. I don't even know that dude's name. I'll have to look it up. But
Ben
yeah,
Dover.
I mean,
Can I address Lynn real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So we're not underestimating that. Like, I know I'm not. I would say that any average or better quarterback in the NFL will pick apart a defense if they're given time in the pocket. My confidence, and I think a lot of other Panthers fans' confidence, is coming from the fact that we don't believe Dak's going to have a whole lot of time in there to pick anybody apart. Like, Dak is a good quarterback. He's gotten better every year that he's been in the league. Like, if you had to ask me who's one player on the Cowboys that I respect like the most, it would be Dak. So it's not disrespect. Like, if Dak is given time in that pocket, we're going to look like fools because he's going to pick us apart.
And how about this? Let's give even more credit to Dak. Dak has become one of those players that he'll beat you post-snap. He's so good at the line. He knows where the football is going. I mean, literally, he plays similar to like, I'm not saying he's on that level, but like a Peyton Manning style. He understands the defense. He's in control of the football. He's not turning over the football, but he also picks the right moments to be aggressive too. That's why I think it's on our defensive line to really have a big game today, because now that we don't have Jaycee Horn, they're going to want to take their own shots. So we have to be fast, we have to be aggressive, and we have to really get our hands on Dak Prescott if we're going to stop him and that offense from doing what they do.
Yeah, Cody, I'm probably the only one here who's probably less excited about this matchup. Like, I have us win like maybe 45% confident in this game. Like, I can very easily see us losing this game. But I think there's one thing that nobody's talked about that has a big influence on this game, and that's Chuba Hubbard. And whether or not he can perform, help us get that play action pass and everything going like that. Because if he sucks out there, I don't think we're going to win this game at all.
I think we're going to see some Royce Freeman on those short yardage plays. I think that's what we should have done last game on those short yardages, because Chuba's not a power back. Chuba's one of those play action guys. I think we need to see some Royce Freeman there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we need somebody at running back who's going to cause us at least, have Sam Darnold have less pressure on him.
Yeah, and I mean that's part of the argument for having Deontay Brown in there too. But I think, one of the things I wanted to bring up before was part of the problem with bringing Deontay Brown in with having the proper pieces around him is it just makes defenses want to move pieces to our weak points and really exploit them. Like right now, our entire O-line is not the best. Taylor Moton is the best piece we got.
Yeah.
So if we throw another stud at right tackle, that makes the entire left side of our offense weak. So that's where they're going to put a majority of their linemen, a majority of their pressure, and it's going to almost be like he's not even there to begin with. There are going to be times where it shows, but that's just my opinion.
So, look, this is a fun question that I think would be we'll get a bunch of good answers to. Shout out to Will Horsley for the $5. If you could choose one, who would y'all rather add? Peak performance Luke Kuechly or peak performance Steve Smith to our current lineup? This is interesting.
I'm a defensive guy. I'm going with Luke. Luke. Steve. It gotta be Luke.
Defense
would be ridiculous.
How many?
Amazing, but he's not.
If you add the current lineup right now as it stands, then you're going to have, and if you put Steve Smith in there, you're going to be trying to split the ball between Steve Smith, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore.
Too many weapons.
We're missing playmakers.
I love Steve. Yeah, I love Steve Smith. But if you take the two of them, which one in this current lineup do we need more? I would say Luke Kuechly. But Luke Kuechly out there with this entire group of defensive linemen we have would be educational for everybody involved.
Because we have the talent, we have the athleticism, and he had all the plays called before they even snapped the ball.
Exactly.
So if you could spread that message around, I mean, it's not even a question to me. Steve Smith's amazing, but right now for this team, it's Luke.
Our weakness is offense, though, right now.
Yeah, but also
offensive line.
What about Luke Kuechly versus Jordan Gross?
Well, if you put Gross in there, I'm gonna pick Gross probably.
Steve Smith used to hype up the team. He was the heart of that team. People were when
we have offensive
the team
weapons.
got pissed off.
I think that's the point that people are making. Right now, we're pretty deep at the receiver position. DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Marshall Jr. Well, and we have Shi Smith coming back into the fold too. The Panthers. I mean, again, listen. It goes without saying. None of these guys have proven themselves to be the level of Steve Smith. That's
Robbie Anderson hasn't impressed me this whole year.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but no disrespect to Jermaine Carter. I like Jermaine Carter Jr., but if you take him out and you put in a prime Luke Kuechly,
we're nightmare fuel.
This defense goes skyrocketing.
Yep.
Luke Kuechly will call out plays before the ball's even snapped.
Yeah.
Hey,
you got to think about if we potentially lost Shaq or Carter, and then we had Luke, we're fine. If we lose,
wait, real
one of our
quick.
receivers, we'd be still okay.
I don't know about that.
Wait, but hold on. Let me add someone to this conversation. Chad Morales coming to us from Saints Country, rocking that beautiful Panthers shirt. What's up, Chad?
What's up, man? I've been listening to the whole Steve Smith and Luke Kuechly, and I've just got I'm going Kuechly.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on either choice.
Look. I'm an OG Panther fan, and there's no player that's ever come onto this team like Steve Smith. He made me a Panther fan at 8 years old. But being from, and Cody pointed this out, well, it was Rodney Peete. When Cody mentioned this, that I live in New Orleans, but let me tell you something that pissed New Orleans Saints fans off the most. It was Luke Kuechly calling out the plays, literally knowing whatever Drew Brees and Sean Payton were coming up with. Luke sniffed it out every single time, and you can watch highlights that Luke was just at the ball all day long. But yeah, Luke was a talent.
Because I'm the only one choosing Steve Smith. I have to make an argument for him. Like, he was the heart of the offense. Like, when he got pissed off, the whole team got lifted up. Even Cam Newton got pissed off with him one time. I saw it. Yeah. Our defense is so fucking solid right now, and our offense is missing McCaffrey. We're missing that spark plug right now. With him hurt, and if DJ goes down, I don't think Robbie Anderson can carry that load.
Well, Robbie's been open some this year, but poor old Sam's just not seeing him. There's countless times he's been wide open. He's
dropped a lot of. But listen, again, this goes back to my hot take that Christian McCaffrey going down, as much as we hate it, it's a blessing in disguise.
I agree.
It is.
Because now we're not able we're not able to just depend on McCaffrey to be the empty bailout check down or running him right up the A and B gap. But now Joe Brady has to get creative. When we hired this guy, he was the offensive wonderkind from LSU that could do no wrong. He's the next Sean McVay. And listen, you all can attest for this. I've been pretty complimentary of Joe Brady, but it's situations like this where I expect the best of my man. I mean, he has to really show what he's capable of doing, because especially if Shi Smith is going to be able to come back and you have Terrace Marshall Jr. and Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore, there is no reason for us not to be able to affect every level of the football field.
He should not get a head coaching gig until he can prove that he can be successful without Christian. Period.
It's nice to see us open up our playbook, but to have the security blanket of Christian McCaffrey, it's like nobody else in the whole.
Yeah.
Only the closest thing is Alvin Kamara to Christian McCaffrey.
Listen, we would rather have Christian than not have.
But it is nice to see the playbook open to see what we do have. Spreading the ball in 2015 is the reason we did so well. We didn't have one big name receiver on the team in 2015, and look what Cam was able to do with that.
Truth.
To be able to open up the field the way we are with the playbook now,
and even look at the end of the Texans.
There's an argument about 2015. There's an argument that happened in 2015. I was rewatching the Cowboys game on YouTube, actually, the Cowboy and Panther game of that year, and actually I can't remember who it is, but one of the broadcasters made a point of it. The discussion at that time, and I forgot about it until I watched that when Calvin Benjamin went down, it forced Cam to spread the ball out more. Yep. And if you think back, that was a factor. Because Calvin Benjamin was getting all the attention.
And listen, but hold up, we don't even have to talk about. We don't even have to talk about Cam Newton. Look at Sam Darnold in the second half of the Texans game.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually had to distribute the football. Yeah, 100%, 100%. So again, man, now is the time when you want to see that level of progression. But that's also going back to what Kevin Boshoven was saying, that when we haven't seen enough of Robbie Anderson, I think that's it. So now I expect you to see more of Robbie Anderson. Because look, we know that the Cowboys are going to want to take shots down the field with CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. So we need to do the same thing with DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson.
But do we have the offensive line to allow Sam Darnold to make those plays offensively? He needs to have the time to get the ball to Robbie Anderson. And our offensive line was the problem last game.
There's a few. So watching film breakdown.
Our offensive line was the problem.
In that Texans game, I think it was Sam's second. I think it was Sam's second fumble. If Sam had gotten the ball out as soon as his back foot dropped, the route Robbie was running was wide. Robbie probably would have housed that one, but Sam was looking at DJ and not Robbie.
Yeah.
And so, like, when I'm watching, before I was saying it was more so the O-line not giving him time. Sam should have seen that because their safety was playing off, and Robbie had already beaten the corner. And I think it was a 3-step. It was a 3-step drop. If he'd have just, as soon as his back foot hit and let it go to Robbie probably would have taken it to the house.
Yeah.
So
yeah, again, they just have to get on that rhythm, man. And now that they don't have Christian, they should have no reason to not do so. Shout out to Jordan Roberts, real quick, for the $5. We need a stud middle linebacker to fill that role of our quarterback on defense. Somebody who can play that role like Luke did. Defense would be lights out. And listen, I think we've all been pretty impressed with Jermaine Carter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean,
so I'll say to that Luke argument, Luke versus Steve. Part of the reason why I'm going with Luke was the same. Tony said it on one of the other podcasts in the past. When Cam was going out there on the field and you knew Cam was healthy, it didn't matter who we were playing. We always felt like we would be in the game because Cam was on the field. I had that same feeling towards Luke. It didn't matter how poor the defense might have been. Luke being on the field, I felt Luke was always going to make a play.
In 2005,
always had Thomas Davis beside him too.
In 2005, I felt the same way about Steve Smith, though. He was the only thing.
It would be a good problem to have if we could somehow pull Prime from the past and Prime Steve and put him on the team.
Either way, I'm happy.
Yeah, man. I mean, especially going back to that video that Justin was talking about earlier. And I've said this for a long time because Luke Kuechly is the one that said it, that whenever your defensive tackles are playing good football, dude, it makes a linebacker's job so much easier to flow unobstructed to the football, man. So it's like I'm really I'm really liking what we're seeing from our defensive tackle linebacker tandem. Oh, this ought to be great. Let's see what this is. T-Baby says, I'm T-Baby. Tony is a strong name. Sorry, let me down this week. G-Baby knows his stuff. Let me do your laundry.
When he writes G-Baby knows his stuff, that's why I know it's him.
Oh, that's so good, dude. Dude, shout out to Baby, man. Out there doing laundry for everybody, keeping it real. I'm really liking.
Hey, does Tony tuck his button up like that into his jeans?
Well, you know what? I tell you what. Blake, instead of asking me that question, why don't you just ask Tony Dunn himself? Because my man is joining us.
Hey,
Tony Dunn.
What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all? What y'all doing?
He said he was
y'all just making fun of me all night. Y'all just making fun of me all night.
Not all.
Did you just donate $5?
That's part of the night.
I came in right at the right time.
Yeah.
Did you donate $5?
No, that's his brother.
Oh man,
I know. I need to know who the laundry guy is. Like, I need to. Like, it's like the greatest mystery in the world.
That's your twin from birth.
Doppelganger.
Well, you said it just like that. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, man. Tony, you saw how much fun we were having. And you were like, "Yeah, let me get in on that. That seems like a good time."
It's my wife's birthday right now.
Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday!
I just cooked dinner for everybody. She's on the phone with a friend. I was like, I'm running upstairs. I'm gonna jump on this for this man. How about this? Is don't tell anybody except for the whole internet. Our whole fucking family has COVID, yo.
Oh no!
Yeah, but like, and we're all vaccinated. Well, everybody who can be vaccinated.
Well, you don't have to social distance. Yes.
Like we haven't, we're just staying at home. Like the worst I felt, my back is like hurt a little bit, maybe. I mean,
so you have it too?
40.
You have it too?
Yeah, like I just got my test back, and it was like,
oh no,
damn, dude.
But it's not bad. So I mean, I'm like, and I'm not trying to diminish people who it is bad for. I'm just saying, blessed.
How dare you?
That's not bad for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
that gives you more time to break out the OxyClean and the fabric softener.
There you go.
Yeah,
damn.
Exactly right. And that's what my wife has made me do for the last 2 days. As our first, like one person went down with a test, and then the next person.
That sucks, man.
Forever. It's all good though. It's all good. I want to know this: have you guys talked about this Junior Galette mess? I know you have.
No, we haven't. We have not.
You haven't talked about that. That's all. That's the whole reason I came up here.
Tony,
this shit is bizarre as fuck, dude.
I'll grab the. I'll grab if you want to set it up. I'll grab the video.
I don't even know how to set it up. All right. So recently, in the past couple of days, I've seen some Junior Galette tweets flying across my board. Like he's been trying to be active. I guess. I mean, I'm subscribed. I subscribed to him or followed him on Twitter when he did. Do you guys remember when he beat everybody up on the beach? Like he pulled his belt off and started whipping mugs. It was actually pretty awesome and terrible at the same time. Like, don't mess with Junior Galette. This dude will whip you like on the beach in front of your whole family. I mean, he whipped a girl. It was like a girl, dude, too. He just whipped her. And I was like, God damn, I am not fucking with Junior Galette. Anyway, so I think that's when I started following him, and I saw his name pop up over the last couple of days, like he's been more active. And then Cody sends me this tweet today, and he goes, WTF? And I watch it, and I'm like, what the hell am I part of? It felt like I was part of a Zoom trial, like an arbitration. We were part of a Zoom, and Junior Galette, this crazy ass, films it with his phone like this. It ain't even a good film. Like he didn't screen capture it. Like he just held his phone up to,
so
like Brian Baldinger does. You know what I'm saying? Brian Baldinger does those tape videos, the video breakdown. He just holds his phone up to the shit.
So I'll put up the tweet and then I'll play the video.
Man. It's so weird.
This is what it says. Junior Galette says Matt Rule, head coach of the Panthers, was my defensive line coach when I was at Temple. He got signed as the head coach and called me to tell me he would be signing me as I'm one of the best he's ever seen. After promising me a workout, he also stopped speaking with me. Now,
we don't know anything more than this. That's the thing. Is like this was the tidbit of information that we get. We heard, like I said, I saw his name come about. But I didn't know any more to this story. So then we get this peek right here, and I feel like we're trying. It's like The Hangover, like we're trying to figure out what is actually happening from this limited amount of evidence.
Yeah. So Tony, real quick, we're doing good when we literally have two laundry guys in the chat, man. we have not one of them, Tony.
Oh,
but
awesome.
Two of them.
Two of them. So good. It's so fucked up. If I wasn't so as self-deprecating as I am, I'd be upset.
It's so funny. But so now. To get back to this, and I don't know much about this, Junior Gillette
My man
is
is
saying,
struggling over there.
yeah, I know, dude. Junior Gillette is saying that he is being blackballed from the NFL. And he is now posting this video of him in a deposition. And yes, that's Marty Hurney at the top of the video, too.
See, I didn't notice that. Who pointed that out? That was CK did that, right?
Yeah,
How awesome is
that was CK. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play it and let y'all listen.
Yeah, he was an amazing player for September.
I'm gonna attach JGG 2020 as Exhibit 2. Following Mr. Gallette's time at Temple, did you follow his career in the league?
From the outside, not intimately.
Were you aware that Mr. Gillette had back-to-back double-digit sack seasons when he was with the New Orleans Saints?
No.
What? Is a double-digit sack season is pretty good for a defensive end outside linebacker, correct?
Oh yes.
And
Sorry, Jessica. 1 second. I'm sorry, Michael and Robert.
You've ever seen?
So okay, that was the video. That was literally it. That was it. That was all he posted, and he's posting this on Twitter like it's some kind of gotcha, like it's oh wow, like this dude right here, like dude, I don't know what to make of this. I'm not feeling sorry for Gillette. Like to me, it looks like he's taking a shot at our coach. But also number two, and please, someone who knows better than me, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it really illegal to record this kind of shit?
I don't know if it's illegal, but it's certainly not like I don't think advisable from a defendant standpoint. And it may be illegal, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if these proceedings are public.
This is the first time I'm hearing any of this.
Yeah. I mean,
honestly, all just happened this morning, dude.
Honestly, it sounds like Junior Gillette's just crying because he's 33 years old and he wanted tip-top money, and instead they offered him vet minimum.
Well, I bet the problem was Marty Hurney probably tried to sign him to a 15-year deal.
Not David. I mean, that's probably what he wanted. He wanted the type of money Marty Hurney would offer him.
What is he complaining about, I guess?
I mean, here's what he says on his Twitter. He says, Doug Williams got blackballed himself after being the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. And then he goes on and he says, but pay attention how he's trying to justify me getting vet minimum after having back-to-back double-digit sacks.
Okay, he's complaining about how many was his offers.
He's complaining about his paycheck and why he ain't getting top-tip offers. He's 33 years old. Get over yourself.
Yeah, nobody wants a cancer in their locker room, no matter how many sacks they get.
That's true.
Very true. That's the fact.
Well, we cut Greg Hardy. No, I was about to say, man, I would have that guy back.
Who does that endear, Tony? Who do you think that endears him to? Like, that doesn't make him look good for anyone else. It just means that, hey, this guy is like looking to start some shit and do this whole get thee behind me thing. I just don't.
You got to Washington.
But I mean, my question is, why is he getting blackballed? Why would he be getting low
He's
end?
not getting. All right, so you know what's funny about that is an excellent question is that he didn't really get blackballed because the beach belting incident was when he was in New Orleans, and then the Washington football team gave him a year or two where he was okay. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is I don't know how the Matt Rule evidence would even help his case. Because what if I was Matt Rule, I would just say this: we trying to get young and fast, and this dude is old and not fast.
So
he may have a great record, and that would be this: is there was a lot of guys that we could have brought in here that could play for a year or something, but that's not the direction we're trying to go. And then the other thing that is also, I'd like for the chat could probably be on this faster than I could. I'm pretty sure Junior Gillette has been vocal about anti-cammers though, so he's trying to hitch his blackball wagon to the Cam Newton wagon. I've seen it. and not directly, but I'll be like, I've seen him tweet stuff like Cam's the best dude in the league that I ever played against. I don't know why he isn't in the league. So what it is Cam doesn't have anything to do with this, but you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like injecting this conversation. The next thing he'll be doing is wearing a Colin Kaepernick t-shirt, which I don't care if he does or doesn't, but he really is acting like people are blackballing. With Cam, I might even say this is Cam should be starting or playing on the NFL. Junior Galette, I ain't thought about Junior Galette in like 4 years, dude.
But everything he's doing right now is proving why nobody wants him on their team. Nobody wants somebody that's sitting on their team like it's about me, me. They want somebody that's about the team, and he's clearly not.
Wow. It's he goes on his Twitter. I don't know why I'm stuck doing this, but he even talks about Sean McVay, head coach of the Rams, was so excited to sign me. He had me in a group chat with the coaches, but he didn't realize the owners concluded to kick him out of the league.
Get flexible internet and upgrade your game.
But why would they conclude? Like,
it says after it's just concluded to keep me out after I spoke up on pay discrimination, and he never flew me out to sign.
Yeah, so his tag on Twitter says former Saints team captain that is blackballed from the NFL for calling out pay discrimination. So I don't know, but also
it could be true. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like. It
sounds like a lot of this effort to try to get back into the league.
We gotta watch we have to watch the Junior Galette fight joint.
I mean, if you're like a captain, you get like
yeah, keep the volume off though.
Off?
Oh, why? Well, I mean, that's normally when they ding us.
In 2013, that was caught on camera.
Look at old Junior over there.
What?
Oh, hold on. Wait. Look, I mean, I'm telling you, the man was just. Look, and then this girl, watch this. He just belts this girl.
Put it on full screen.
Well, that's kind of her fault for stepping in from the front of the way.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing?
I mean, really.
I
mean,
let's be real.
I mean,
what the hell are you doing in
whips her like I don't know, like he was like living 100 years ago and taking his wife to the courthouse or something.
Bro, that's
a Charleston thing,
but you know what though? Like he's also
that's a Charleston thing.
Even
that's illegal.
Stop.
You're a family man.
Hey, baby, what's wrong with you?
Setting up public home security was a piece of.
It's what do you call it?
Play auto on audio. I have the biggest problem with the NFL.com because of this. You cannot look at anything at NFL.com at work without getting caught. You look at the damn shit, and all of a sudden, you're like, oh, I just want to look at this little blog about somebody who got injured. And then all of a sudden, the whole video is playing full audio, like audio, like auto mute all videos, folks. I think it should be. I'm calling for Congress and legislation on this.
You need that ad blocker, man. That's what I do, man. I don't ever have to deal with them things. But you know what's interesting to talk about though? This video, it's not even viral. Like it doesn't have it. It doesn't have a ton of likes. It doesn't have a ton of retweets. No. Like this is just
there's one with Raiders head coach John Gruden talking about anyway, he posted the timeline. Yeah. This was 10 hours ago. If I'm doing this right, these videos were before Matt Rule. Because it says this is Raiders head coach John Gruden getting fired up during his testimony for my lawsuit versus the NFL. They offered me vet minimum coming off a season where I played and performed at a high level. Trent Murphy was coming off a torn ACL and got $3 million for 30. It got up to 3 years for $30 million with incentives. That's part of what lawsuit was.
What a whiny biatch.
So
we got somebody new in here. Cody.
He complaining about money.
Wait a second.
Right.
That's all about money. Everything's about money. He was offered vet minimum, and all these other guys were offering more money to him, and Hayes was discriminated against.
That's so. It's dumb thing like that. They give people with valid complaints a bad fucking rep.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. people that are actually getting blackballed that actually have a case, like this just kind of takes it away from it. Like, oh, here's someone else complaining about something else again. Yeah, it takes away from you know, I don't know, man. It's definitely crazy to me. Hey, now that Tony's back on here, I'm trying to look up. We've been talking about Shi Smith. Is he? I'm trying to look up our injury report. Is he officially a go, or is he going to be able to play?
When did he go last week?
I don't know. I'm trying to look that up now.
I'm not sure.
I don't think he was a go last week. I think Will said he could have played, but being it was a short week, they didn't want to do that.
There was a weird question in the press conference today, and I think it was from what's his name, not Josh Klein. Like I used to work with, where I used to know him from this radio station in Greenville, and Josh Graham. That's what it is. I'm pretty sure it was Josh Graham that asked this, and he asked, Are you disappointed with like the usage you've gotten out of Shi this year? And you know, Matt Rule didn't get all flustered, like he didn't even get mad. I got mad by the question. I was like, what kind of dumbass question is that? Is that he's been hurt? Like, what do you mean? And it almost like he was intimating that the team had a bigger plan for Shi Smith than we did. Right? Is that like it was missing Shi was like he wanted him back sooner. That's how I kind of read the question is, and then because Matt Rule goes, nah, like look, Shi's doing everything he needs to be doing. He didn't say that's a stupid ass question. He's been hurt. And so that kind of implied to me that he wanted Shi to be returning punts and being part of something that was a little bit more dynamic than what we got.
I gotta say, I don't know if anybody in here does Instagram, but Panthers Access, that really good work that he does. It doesn't say anything about Shi except for Shi is practicing full now. Didn't practice today due to non-injury related reasons. But his injury report is just McCaffrey, Matos, and John Miller, who's questionable. So I don't know. I guess that's like maybe a game time decision for Shi.
Can we do something fun right now?
What's up? What you want to do?
Can we go around the room and everybody pronounce YGM's name? And I want to hear everybody. I don't know how to pronounce it. Like I would love to hear how.
Gross tomatoes.
Gross tomatoes.
No. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's
Gross Matos.
All right, one at a time. Kevin, say his name.
Gross Matos.
Yeah, say the full name. You gotta say his first name.
Full name.
Uter.
Well, that was his first name. Let's say Gross Matos.
Uter. It's like Uter or Uter or something like that. We don't know.
Uterus Gross Matos.
All right, Nick, how do you say it, man?
Uter Gross Matos.
Oh wow, he put a
We both have a Spanish thing going on. I noticed.
Yeah, it's the Portuguese side of me coming out.
Let's go to Justin. Justin, say this man's name for me right quick.
Uter.
That's how I say it. I say it the same way.
I always say YGM to avoid saying it.
I just say gross.
I never say his first name the same way twice.
I can say his last name is no issue.
AJ, how'd you say this name, man?
It's a Yetur Gross Matos.
That's
right. See, the way that AJ just said that makes me seem like that's the right way.
Yeah.
Like AJ actually knows how to say it one more time for me.
That was right.
It's Yetur Gross Matos.
Yetur Gross Matos.
Yetur.
I can't say it.
No, that's easy. Dude, once I learn somebody's name, I'll never fuck it up. I'll pronounce it.
That's right.
I say Etor. Etor Gross Matos.
Etor.
I think
That's
the
close
Y
to.
sounds like an E.
Who said that? Oh, Blake. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right. I can see
Etor.
that. Etor.
Yeet.
We gotta get him.
Yeet.
You know what? I bet you the Panthers are gonna be listening to this joint, which they do. We know they do.
Oh wait.
And I think they're gonna put out a video on social media when he comes back
Of him having
it's gonna
his
be,
name.
and it's gonna be players. It's gonna be like Sam Darnold saying his name.
Well, he's
It's
out.
gonna
He's
be
isn't he like doubtful for this game?
yeah, I don't think he's playing. I mean, he's not gonna play this week.
No.
Yeah, he's still injured.
See, I can't even say it now.
Etor.
Yeetor.
Yeetor Gross Matos.
Gross Matos.
I'm just thinking
Gross Matos.
Gross Matos.
See, here's the thing, Tony.
Gross tomatoes.
They'll have him do some sort of segment on that, but they still won't do anything to the O-line.
No.
Yeah.
Yeet. Gross tomatoes.
Do you guys think we got the Panther changed in the midfield shit with the eyes?
Oh, do I think I do? You already know my answer.
Yeah,
No.
I think the fan base in general did.
What kind of mess was that with the green eyes?
It makes sense, man. With the Panther, with
He
the old
ate the
Panther-
flag. He ate the flag and then
Nah,
like,
the
ingested
Panthers,
green.
the Panther statues that were outside, they had green eyes.
Did they?
So that was
Yeah,
like bringing them back.
I like the Panther part. It's just the
Yeah.
eyes being the wrong color was weird.
They
But I
weren't the
think it
wrong
was
color
because
though.
he
With
ate
the statue on the outside of Bank of America Stadium, the Panthers' eyes are green.
Are they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
they
did
were.
not
If you
know
go back
that.
and look it up, they were green.
Oh my god!
Was
Wow.
Jerry Jones
Rich
eyes green?
people is football.
I mean, not Jerry Jones.
Why did they do that? Now I got a problem even bigger with the statue. Let alone the CGI joint.
But they definitely listen to us, man. There's so many times that we'll say something, and then not long after, they're either clarifying or taking our advice, man. Dude, they
This
keep
Gross
their
Matos
tabs.
thing is happening. I tell you this is if that is not a video in the making where they get all the various players
Who have
from the
difficult
Carolina
names.
Panthers that have to say his name, somebody is going to say, "I just always call him YGM."
Yeah, you know
That's what
something.
they're going to say, Justin. That's what they're going to say. Just like I'm with Justin, man. It's like I just say every time I say it differently.
Hey,
What's
what's the rookie on the Cowboys that's got a crazy name too?
The annoying thing is like in my head, I know how to say it. I know I can hear it in my head.
I'm reading it in my head.
But the moment you try to say it, it's like, no, I'm gonna stick to this.
Yeah, let me just call him YDM right quick.
Cody, who's
alright.
the player on the Cowboys who's got the crazy long name? He's a rookie this year. He was just drafted first round. I think.
Was it the African guy? Dude?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
his African name.
Well,
It took
yeah.
me forever to figure out how to say
That
it.
dude.
Giannis. It took me forever to figure out how to say his name.
Giannis.
Giannis.
But
I can't
That
say
was
his
easy, bro. I can handle that one.
All right, y'all ready for this?
All right.
Hey, I'm gonna try this name of the Cowboys guy. It's
We're about to get
Asa
closed down on YouTube.
Asa
No, I'm just
Odighizuwa.
there you go.
Asa Odighizuwa.
Oh, what?
It's Asa
One more time,
Odighizuwa. Look, I'm about to post it in the chat room. It's Asa Odighizuwa.
You know what
yeah,
this
what,
is the
Cody?
funny part about this is not these people's names, it's our like inability to like just speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really is these names like we're the bumpkin. This is the Carolina part in us.
I just posted
It's like
it
we
in.
just country and we can't say no people's names.
I just posted it. Posted it in the chat, bro. I killed that last
Odighizuwa.
name. I
I
don't
would
care
say
what none of y'all said.
I dig Zua is what I would say. I dig Zua. Osa I dig Zua is how I would
Osa-
say. Osa I dig Zua.
Yeah, but there's an HI. It's Odighizuwa. There's like a it goes up.
Trying to rap now.
Odighizuwa.
Trying to rap.
No.
So
That's
because I
exactly
live
how I
out here.
sounded whenever I was trying to pronounce TJ, who's your mama.
Yeah, TJ, who's your mama?
Yeah.
So I live in Hawaii right now, right? And anytime
That's
my
the
wife,
best one I ever heard, but
my wife, her family, her friends, like any Islanders that I'm around, anytime they hear me say water, they always correct me. It's like, that's not how you pronounce it. I cannot say
water.
WATER.
Yes,
But the way I
You
pronounce
say
it
it with a D.
I
Say it with a
can't.
D.
No,
My sister-in-law does this. It's like water. It's like, wait a minute, it don't got no
Water.
D in it, homie.
So water.
I say
Does
water.
anybody
How do you
believe that
say?
we
How
should
do you
have-
say?
we
What
should
do
have
you?
the-
What do
Go
you
ahead.
color with, Justin? Like when you're a kid and we give you like you go to the restaurant. What do you color with? Now everybody says this word differently too. Like you know what I'm saying? The little
Crayon.
wax.
Crayon.
Right. Yeah,
Crayon.
you
Crayon.
say that.
Some
I
people
used to
say
say
crayons.
Crown.
I used to say crown.
Crowns. See, that's what my wife calls them. Crowns. I'm like, man,
Crown.
you don't wear no crown on your head, man. Like you wear a crown on your
used to.
head. You don't color with no
Nah,
crown.
they're not
I was
crowns.
probably
That's not
about
how you
20
say
when I
that.
figured it out.
I say crayon. It's like two words. It's like crayon.
I say crown.
Man.
Crayon.
Sorry.
Y'all
Sorry, I
gotta,
took
y'all
this
gotta
show
hear.
off.
That's
the
a
rails.
teacher on
My
it.
fault.
That's a
My
teacher.
fault.
Did
Y'all
y'all
live in South Louisiana. Y'all should hear some of the shit that people say down here.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
I've been to
Chad,
New Orleans.
Chad, all my family is from Louisiana. Dude, I know. I
Don't you
know.
use like X's for O's?
I know.
y'all hear the Brian Burns? I took it as
I
kind
was
of
just about to
mocking.
play it. I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
about to,
go
I was
ahead.
just about
Yeah.
to play it.
Go ahead.
Tony, did you see this interaction between Brian Burns and Dave Newton?
I didn't see the video. I just saw the headline.
It's good.
Yeah. Hang on.
There's a lot of stuff going on at the stadium this week with the concert tonight. Has that been any kind of a distraction at all? And any of the players plan to go to the concert?
Nah, I didn't even know we had a concert. Who's that?
Atlanta's playing tonight.
Oh, for real? Man, that's what's up.
But I don't
Oh,
even
no,
know
you
if
missed
you
the
heard
last
him.
part. There's the last part. He said this.
Yeah.
That's
I
all.
didn't
They,
even hear
Just fucking with you. Or we didn't say fucking. He
he
said, I'm
cut
just
it
playing
off.
with you, David. Like he was Johnson David.
Yeah.
And this is the second time I've heard this from, I think Rule was giggling at him a little bit, which is funny because I am starting to think David Newton is the greatest reporter in Panther history,
Dude, I'm
Like,
not ready
he
to
has
jump on
endeared
this train,
himself.
man.
He
He's
is
a pro troll.
his.
I think they're playing with him. They're having fun with
They
David Newton.
like it. They like it's like, oh, it's just Dave Newton.
They like
That's
stuff,
all it
you
is
know.
to them. You know, it's like, oh, it's just Dave Newton. Like they're like the
There's that old
I
guy.
say something really mean. I get fired for it.
Can
It's
we
like
trade
one of
David
those-
Newton to Buffalo and bring Alina Gitzenberg back here?
Oh, dude, she's not coming back. You know, my take on Dave Newton is that now that everybody's doing this thing where it's like, oh, Dave is doing it on purpose. He's a full-time troll. You know what it is? He's actually a moron. But now everyone is like, oh, he's doing it on purpose. So he's like, oh yeah, I'm doing it on purpose.
He's
wink, wink.
he's
Like,
the
he's not
sports
actually.
media Donald Trump, dude. Like he is the greatest salesman in the world. I'm telling you, man. Like I'm watching his commercial. I'm listening to David Newton like I watched that stupid My Pillow dude.
We're always
Mike
tuning in.
Lindell. Mike Lindell.
Oh,
He knew his
man.
name.
Heck yeah, I know it's Dave. That's a nice pillow, bro.
They suck.
You have a pillow?
No, they
They're
suck. The
terrible.
one I got
They're
sucked.
terrible, dude. I hate it. I hate it.
I never used it.
I gave it to the dog.
Hey,
Nah,
the
Lynn
best.
says I'm giving him too much credit. No, he's like a evil genius, dude. Did you not even see now? Like you're right, Cody is, but like now he is like embracing it.
Yeah,
Right?
but it's
So there was a point where he weathered the storm. He's like, I hope I don't get fired, and that was like for 4 years. Right?
yeah.
and then it really started working over the last couple 2 years. And then this week, did you see him put out the tweet for the fundraiser? Who someone is?
Yeah.
Said this, I'll
Yeah,
take
he
you
said-
to lunch and ask me any question. Who sent it to us? Sportsnet sent it. It was like the best thing. I got people messaging me. I was like, we got to take David Newton. David Newton is going to take us out to lunch.
No, but here's the deal, man. I'm not.
Is he doing this on purpose?
No, I'm not asking. I'm not asking David Newton any question in a fucking diner. I'm doing it on the C3 podcast in front of all of you fans.
We're recording it. We're gonna have cameras. We're gonna have people doing. We're gonna have Cody, CK flying the fucking drone around the gym.
Bro, we're gonna get David Newton at some point.
I think he's a star, man. I like him.
We're gonna troll the troll.
Exactly.
He's the goat. He's the goat of trolls.
The best interview in recent Panther history. Hey, the best interview in recent Panther history was when Cam Newton was talking to reporters, and every answer was, "I'm preparing for the Detroit Lions and Donkey Kong Soup."
Yeah, we was calling the Donkey Kong Soup.
It didn't matter what the question was.
That's it,
bro. People. Dude, that was a fun time, man.
Are you guys worried about Dallas? I'm getting a little nervous. I was puffing my chest so much last week.
Dude, I'm worried about that.
Puffing my chest last week. Dallas, the more and more people I listen to and talk to, and then I think about how their offense is played.
Exactly.
And I just kind of try to come back to this as I try to say, don't be enamored by their stupid fucking offense. Be enamored by our defense. Think about our defense. Don't forget our defense. But man, they really are clicking on offense, aren't they?
I'm the one. I think I'm the only one worried about like just Chuba Hubbard being the main factor in this game.
No,
if he can run the ball.
I think they got a plan for that. I really do. I believe it involves quite a bit of that. I think Trimble's going to be involved in that, but I don't know if it's going to be blocking and or running.
My thing is this, and it's a bad memory for most Panthers fans. As great as our offense was in 2015, as great as the Broncos' offense was a few years before that, when they went up against a solid defense, a good defense, that offense got canceled out completely.
Yep.
So Dallas's offense is nice. They can, like, I'm not disrespecting Dallas's offense at all. Amari Cooper, Gallup, CD Lamb. I done seen CD Lamb make some nice ass catches.
Yeah.
They're tight ends, catch.
Man, we need to come out like the Browns did against Justin Fields.
But that's where I growing up when I started playing football, when I started paying more attention to the games being played on TV, I'm always going to lean towards the team with the better defense. And our defense is light years better than their offense. Our defense is light years better than their defense. The only thing that will give me pause, only thing that will make me worry is if we haven't turned the ball over a whole lot. Through 3 games, we've been pretty well with taking care of the ball. They're opportunistic. Coincidentally enough, that's what you say about a bad defense. They're opportunistic. Dallas's defense is opportunistic. We take care of the ball and don't turn it over, don't give them any extra possessions. We can force Dak into uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
Ball over. And
how do we feel about Michael Parsons?
Well, that's the guy I'm worried about.
Are you? I was gonna say I'm not worried about it. That's the first thing you said. I was like, oh my god,
he's getting a lot of love.
The Cowboys only have 2 sacks, if I'm not mistaken. The Cowboys only have 2 sacks on the season, so he's been disruptive. But we've seen Sam do well under pressure. Like I said, if we minimize turnovers, I'm calling it. You're hearing it from me.
Their turnovers are kind of overrated, though. Like, it's kind of like easy turnovers for them.
The Panthers offense will put up at least 28 points. I expect the score to be 35 or more because I expect our defense to get a touchdown of some sort. But I'm saying right now, it'll be 28-14, 28-10, something along the line.
That means my man's on the over. That means my man's on the over because it's 50.5. Say the score again, 34, what, 28?
28. It's gonna be 28-14 or 28-10. Like their offense is gonna get shut down.
That's the under. Never mind.
Oh, I think we're going to shut down their run game. 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, right now the Panthers have
more
a
important?
historically good run defense.
That's the thing. If if the defense gets out there and do what they've done over the last 3 weeks, they shut down the run, made teams one-dimensional. Again, they have weapons on the outside. But if you get again, it doesn't look at Tom Brady in the Super Bowls that he lost. As great as Tom Brady is, when he had pressure on him, he wasn't doing anything.
I made some money off that undefeated season.
Take any great quarterback. Like I started saying this when I was in high school. You could have the greatest quarterback of all time. You could have the greatest running back of all time. You could have the greatest wide receivers of all time. They ain't gonna do shit if you take the ball and the linemen just get bowled over. It ain't gonna mean a damn thing. Their line.
We have to stop the run.
We saw that in the Super Bowl.
I just had an epiphany right here. We have to stop the run. Our pass rush, which is so speed based, which is so kind of exotic blitz concept based or whatever. All of that success is not just because we got great players, but because they're in good positions to pin their ears and go after a mug. The way to negate speed, the way to negate blitzes is to run the damn ball. And sadly, they got two good running backs and what has historically been thought of as a good offensive line. We have to stop the run. That sets our pass rush. That's my it just came to me.
How do y'all feel Sam Darnold's going to take in playing in Dallas for the first time in his career? Because he did mention in his interview that the only time that he played was at USC. But this is the first time that he's playing in Dallas and in that spotlight. It's not a prime time game, but how do y'all feel like he'll fare in Dallas?
I have no reason to think that he's going to have a bad performance. I mean, he went on Thursday Night Football against the Houston Texans and was able to throw some dimes.
Well, the last time Sam Darnold played Dallas, he beat the Cowboys.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did. He's
in New York. 95-yard touchdown.
It's probably his best game as a Jet.
Hey, Cody, it's gonna be tough to get Tony back in there because you have 3 to choose from.
I know, man. I've got T-Baby, I've got the laundry guy, and Tony, and I do get them confused sometimes. You know, I mean, they look so. They really do.
Hey, I do think the key to this game, though, is going to be our defense setting up the field position for our offense. If they're able to make some really key stops and pin them back inside their 20, if we can get the ball by our 30 or 40 and can get good field position, that's setting our offense up with a short field and at least 3 points on our drives. So I think that's going to be the key to this game is our defense setting up our offense in field position.
And by the way, C-Dog, if you don't shut the hell up, bro, your trolling has reached overtime limits, bro. You need to put more money on your troll card. We ain't having that, bro. Come on. What you talking about?
Bro,
dude, yeah, go ahead, Justin.
Rob, I'm feeling this. They're saying they want to get Robbie more involved. And everyone's aware that Dallas's pass defense is suspect. Robbie's going to have I don't know if y'all watched the Rams and Bucks game last week, but Deshaun Jackson, he had 3 catches for $120. I'm expecting Robbie to do something like that. Robbie's going to have 2 to 4 catches for $1 and a touchdown. They're going to catch them slipping on one play.
Mm-hmm. Robbie's going over 100 yards in this game.
Yeah,
I believe that.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Robbie going over 100 yards.
They've expressed wanting to get him heavily and more involved in the offense.
Oh, I have a question for
I think they might.
I have a question for all of y'all. How effective do you think we're going to be running the football? I mean, remember, now is Chuba Hubbard's time.
Better than we think.
Time to shine.
Yeah, because Dallas ain't got a big run stop defense.
Their defense is trash.
They are. They've got a few. They've got. I told a Cowboy fan at work today. Got mad at me. Went to talk to the supervisor some shit. Anyway, his defense. The Cowboys defense has 1 or 2 good players. That's about it. Mm-hmm. If you even look at the teams they faced so far this year, the games they've won, they've barely won.
I think Chuba's going to have a slow start in the beginning, but eventually break away.
Yeah. He could be a volume runner because he got better as the game went on against the Texans.
He needs carries to to get going.
Feed that man. Feed that man. Don't be afraid to run the football.
Jonathan Stewart's younger days, he was the same way.
Yeah,
before the injuries took his burst away, he was the same way. He just had this other guy named D'Angelo Williams in his way.
And also, dude, imagine being compared to Christian McCaffrey. Like we're also judging his abilities and his pass catching abilities, like based off of Christian and what he brings. Like
I want to say
that's
that.
like kind of
unfair.
It's like 1 yard passes. I mean,
I'm saying that there's no way that he's going to be able to account for even 75% of what Christian McCaffrey's able to
Hopefully he
do.
been soaking his head in some baby oil or something, like soften the motherfuckers up.
Yeah.
Just like his interview the other day, he said his teammates told him, he said, do what brought you to the league.
Yeah.
Do what you do. Don't try to be Christian McCaffrey. Don't try to be anybody else. Be stupid.
Yep.
And that's the thing, again, that Texas game, when he started getting a few more carries, when he hit the edge, he was hitting it, playing his foot, he was getting upfield.
Yeah.
And, bro, it can be over for Dallas real quick if Chuba gets going.
You gotta beat him.
Yep. And the good thing about Sam so far this year is he's adaptable. So he's not he doesn't like at the end of that Texas game, he didn't concentrate on one or two players. He spread the ball out. That's why Tommy Tremble got the catches he did.
Do you think Tommy Tremble's
Bobby gonna eat this week?
I think he has to, Tony.
I think
this is the week, right?
How many yards do you think Tommy Tremble gets running? You think they try to use him in a running game?
No, not running. I think they want to use him in the passing attack.
I think he might have some yards in running.
I think he'll have a little bit yards in running, but not enough to be serious. Just enough to throw the defense off case, because I think he's going to be the key in the. I think he's going to make up for some of McCaffrey's catches.
I think this is the week Terrace Marshall Jr. and Robbie Anderson together go off.
I say Terrace. How about Robbie?
So I've been listening to what Cowboy fans have been saying. I've been reading the comments too about our debate video and stuff, Cody. And one of the things is it's the Diggs' brother. What, Trayvon
Diggs.
Yeah, so they think this dude is like the next shutdown. You know what I mean? Shutdown. So
most of his
saying, like, why aren't you talking about him with DJ and stuff? But their second and third corner, what I've been hearing on the ground from Cowboy fans, are not tremendous. So it might even be Terrace Marshall Jr. this week. Dude.
I think it is.
He just finally busts his nut in the league.
It'd be better to put Shi Smith on there and let him outrun everybody.
Hey, if we have any Cowboys fans in the chat, I know Ron Cheese there. How has Kelvin Joseph been for the Cowboys? Because he's a rookie this year. I really liked him coming out of Kentucky, but he is a rookie. And if he's going to be one of their starting corners, then at some point we need to pick on him. I mean, we need to really put like DJ or Robbie on him and just throw that way, man. Spread the ball out.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what we got to do.
He's on pup. So then, who's the starting corners for the?
One of them's name is Brown, and he was the one that got picked on in the Tampa Bay game.
Yeah, they cooked him.
Do you remember who they picked on him with? Like what player they did it specifically?
Let's see. I think it was Antonio. It was either Godwin or Antonio Brown that they were throwing on him. Because I think Brown was the DB that they had the big controversy about at the end of the game, where they said Godwin pushed off and he grabbed him and there was a no call.
Yeah.
But they picked on him all night long.
Anthony Brown, it's Anthony Brown, Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, I remember hearing Brown
was on Antonio Brown. Okay.
Anthony Brown is their second corner. Trayvon Diggs their first. Yeah, sure. DeMonte Kesey, free safety.
Yeah, DeMonte Kesey.
Malik Hooker is backing him up. Wow, check that out. I feel like Malik Hooker's a name that I knew and liked, or I used to like. Donovan Wilson, it says out, whoever that is. And J. Ron Curse is their second guy, and that's their strong safety.
Yeah, people wanted Carolina to sign Malik Hooker at one point, but he's injury prone.
Yeah, he was in doubt. Yeah, he was in
Indianapolis. Yeah,
he would be one of the top players in the league, but injuries snapped his agility out.
I mean, dude, now that correct me if I'm wrong, but now that we're looking at this defensive backfield for the Cowboys, like I'm kind of less intimidated than I was before. Like looking at our matchups and Terrace Marshall, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, like all of their guys are younger guys that have already been picked on this year in the passing department. Like, man, if we can just get a little bit of pass protection, dude, we might be able to drop dimes.
What's their pass rush rate this year?
Team. I saw someone in the chat room earlier say they only have 2 sacks on the season.
Oh.
That's what I read, man.
Damn, that ain't shit.
That really isn't shit. Yeah, someone looked that up for me. If that is true, then
Eric Brown is going to show out this week too.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be. We get so enamored, or I do anyway, about Hassan Reddick, who is my dude. Like, I mean, this guy.
Oh yeah,
Brian Burns, exciting, right? But that push up the middle has been legit. Daquan Jones and Derek Brown, and I think the weakest part is that they're on their backup center right now, or something is going on with that.
Yeah, it's actually their starting center, but he started the year as a backup because remember their center retired.
Okay. See,
but
so
anyway,
I think that's where, and then if you remember this is that, and obviously we all remember it because it was the only good play that Philadelphia did, and
they've got 4 sacks. Not
dude, Fletcher Cox pushed through the fucking center and then took the ball out of his hand. You know what I'm saying? It was like, give me this shit. It's a touchdown. Like,
Fletcher Cox ain't a power defensive tackle.
Yeah,
and some of the 30. I hope Derek Brown. I think Derek Brown is a mean fucking man in between.
And also, somebody mentioned here earlier. Look at what Vita Vea did when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers played the Cowboys. That was a good matchup for Vita Vea. And again, knowing what we're doing on defense and how we're lining up our 5 techniques and how we're really being aggressive on those centers. Like, I really, the more and more I break down this Cowboys defense, man, we might be able to really do some damage to their defense. But, man, our defensive line, too, I think that's going to be what wins us the game.
Yeah, our defensive tackles are the key to this game. For us winning this game, our defensive tackles have to play excellent.
I'm really
the way we win the season.
I'm really feeling in my soul that the Panthers hold them to 14 or under.
Yeah, Nixon,
That's a big task, bro.
What's his name?
I know, but dude,
but I think we can do it.
Bong heads. I feel like somebody's just gurgling bong heads in the back. There's something like rattling noise. Anyway, it turns out that yes, we just we're trying to get this game plan right. The defensive tackles are where it's at because if they're really going to negate our pass rush, they have to run the ball, right? We said that earlier. And so how do you run the ball? You tag it up the middle. So if they can't if the defensive tackles are playing sound against the run, boom, check mark on defensive game plan. Check mark 2 is their weakness on offensive line, maybe is up the middle. And that is also where we can generate the pass rush.
Quickest way to the quarterback is up the middle.
Yeah, that's what we got to do.
Yeah,
damn.
And that gets that ball
hire
out.
us, Carolina, hire us.
That gets that ball out quick too.
Yeah, Davion Nixon may have a good game, a very good game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we have a really good rotation. With Daquan Jones, Davion Nixon, yeah, man, like we really got a salty pass rush, man. And it's that interior, dude. I find it so funny that the strength of our D line is the weakness of our offensive line. It's right in the middle, you know?
Mm-hmm. I know Dallas fans better hope Brown don't hit Dak the way that he caught Wilson. That might actually put Dak out.
Oh, they'll throw a flag on that one. If he hits Dak like he hit Wilson,
that'd be all right. Throw the flag. I just want I want you to happen. So when I go to work Monday,
get them scared.
Yeah.
I'll take that
Wilson
flag.
won't old enough to get that flag.
Yeah.
Tony.
He won't.
Hey, you know why else
baby.
this will be a good week? You know why else this will be a good week? It's unrelated to our game, but this is the week that Bridgewater and the Broncos finally get exposed.
Yeah, let's go Ravens. They're getting played by the Ravens.
I gotta
dude.
ask
The
you this,
Ravens are
Blake.
gonna spank that monkey.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Lamar's a little
Blake, I
bit
gotta
gimpy,
ask you about
guys.
this.
Lamar's
I
a
need
little
Blake's
bit
opinion
gimpy.
on this. Blake,
Oh, yeah, he's
tell me
hurt,
this.
isn't he?
I
Yeah,
go on this
he's got
radio
back
station.
spasms.
I go on this radio station weekly, and we do picks, right? And I go on there every week, and the host, who's a good friend of mine, he's like, I know you hate Cincinnati. Like, I mean, he's like, you're never gonna pick the Broncos.
Well,
So this week, what I said on the radio today is I don't know if the Ravens are good or bad.
yeah.
I just don't
Yeah.
know if they're good or bad. I don't think that Teddy Bridgewater is great, but I picked the Ravens still.
But
tell me why. Tell me why, Blake. Why? Because I think that I was like, man, I should have picked Teddy.
We're gonna see classic Teddy again. Teddy's classic check down is gonna come back out. He can't do it every week and not get exposed. It's gonna happen. It worked for us for what, 2 or 3 games, and then he got figured out.
But I would say, Cody, bring up the offensive line stat. The Broncos are up there, like number 1 for protection.
They've also played
missing some of their wide receivers.
the best schedule in the world, and I hate to say that against the
We're the
team.
worst, and we haven't
Like
played
I'm
the
a
best.
hater. Like I am truly now a Teddy Bridgewater hater. Like
I
even when he does something nice, like I read a story about him praying with a player the other day, and I was like, God, why did he have to do something good?
They had a powwow.
I want those about Lamar Jackson.
Our offense line is at the bottom, man.
Lamar Jackson has missed most of this week's practice with the back injury.
Oh,
yeah.
Now he practiced today on a limited basis, and the Ravens claim he's going full go. But that's still with his running ability, that still has to worry you if you're a Raven fan. I would rather cheer for the Ravens just so Teddy gets beat, but you know,
a road game for the Ravens. You know what I mean? Like the cards are kind of stacked for the Broncos in this case, right? It's like, I mean, they've been playing better. They're at home. They're about to get into a tough part of their schedule, I believe, too.
Yeah.
Like this is like the last. They actually probably didn't think they were going to win this game. You know, what
I'm impressed by the Ravens this year, man. They lost their running backs, receivers. I mean, and they're still going.
They beat the Chiefs. Yeah, they beat.
Yeah,
the
man.
Chiefs.
They've been
Hey,
fucking
AJ, what were you saying about Lamar being hurt? He's like kind of injured.
Yeah, he's got back issues. He's been, as Panther Rule said, he's been out all week dealing with back issues.
Yeah, man. But like, if Lamar is able to play, dude, that's the X factor for them. Like, if they have Lamar, dude, I'm picking the Ravens no matter
That's
what.
the only factor.
Yeah, it takes one bad shot.
Now if he goes out, their season's done. If he goes out on a
is
serious
their
injury,
defense not what it used to be? Ultimately?
No.
Well, Marcus Peters is
their
on IR. He tore his ACL. They had a bunch of players tear their ACL in the preseason.
Yeah,
Peters. Yeah, that's right.
Their injury report is like a mile long. I mean,
But do they have a David?
It's like a CVS receipt.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, man, dude, I'm just so pumped for this game.
They got 9 people questionable for that game.
This. Are the Raiders legit?
I think they might be.
They might be.
Hey, can I tell you?
Carr's been on the tear.
Can I tell you who's really legit? Can I tell you who's one of the best teams in football?
Chargers?
If you say
yes, dude.
Okay.
No, it's the fucking Chargers, dude.
Their tackle?
That team
What's his name?
can do. Listen, that team can do absolutely everything. Hey, good night, Lynn. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. But
Herbert's
no,
tearing it up.
yeah, dude, Justin Herbert is like
could have had him.
We should have had him.
We could have had Slater.
Between
we could have had both
Favre and Peyton Manning, dude. I mean, he's really that. Dude, he's really that good. but also that defense can go with absolutely anyone. They have one of the better receiving cores in the NFL. They have a premium pass rusher in Joey Bosa, and they've got Derwin James. I'm telling you, man, right now, my team to beat in the AFC is the Chargers.
Cody, the Chargers are good, but the LA Rams are a complete team.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's the NFC.
Stafford looks great.
Yeah,
the LA Rams are just ridiculous.
But the problem with Stafford, we take him on later on this year, and I was watching that game the other day thinking about him. And the problem with Stafford's the same problem he's always has. He's a statue in a pocket. He like Matt Ryan. He ain't going nowhere.
But he's got a
good
offensive.
So, but I've heard that before too. I've heard about all these great offensive lines.
Cooper Kupp has
I was told
more
the Saints had a great
touchdowns
offensive
than,
line.
the
Yeah,
whole
that
league
didn't
put
happen.
together.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's
Killing
something
it.
stupid. I mean, I
They haven't
Kupp
even
is
gotten
the number
Robert
one
Woods
among the
involved in the offense yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, when Stafford can throw behind the Great Wall of China, of course you're going to be able to complete passes.
Yeah, man.
I want to take a moment.
but I still have faith that Matt Rule or that Phil Snow could figure out a way to get to him.
Yeah, but we don't even play the
One or
Rams.
two
unless
good
we
hits
play
on
in the playoffs.
Stafford, and he's going to want to get rid of that ball quicker than he should.
I want to take a
Donald's
moment.
going to get to us if we play them.
Yeah,
I
the
wanna
only
take
way
a
we play them
moment.
is if we play them in the playoffs. So.
Donald's always hurt. I don't know that he's hurt more than he's healthy anyway. So he may
Go ahead,
be hurt before we ever take him on.
Go ahead, Justin. What were you saying?
I just want to take a moment to point out that the Patriots are probably going to have another losing season, and I'm hoping if they do, because of how much disrespect Cam was getting. Like, it's not like this organization.
Oh,
Cam,
yeah.
But I guarantee you right now they wishing they had a veteran QB.
Y'all see Cam Newton? I'm sorry. Y'all see Cam Newton's cooking show on YouTube?
No.
Where he cooks for his kids.
But
And
it's not like
he's learning to cook.
He has a vlog, and he put out a
I've seen his
video.
vlog, but
Yeah,
you know,
but
man,
he
he's
put out a
he's
video of him kicking.
vegan. Like, what can you cook? Like, you just put a piece of soy on a plate, and that's it.
No, he cooks meat for his kids.
You think he gets a job this year?
He says on there, I'm a vegan. Y'all know this, but he said my kids ain't, and that's their choice. And but he does fix food for his kids.
You think he gets a job?
Dude,
I don't know.
He needs to go to Washington.
I would like to see him get a job, but I don't think he's going to take any job that's just offered to him.
I think he gets a
He needs
job
to go to
next year.
Washington.
I think he could get a job.
What about Miami?
Right now, if he was willing to be a backup.
That looked pretty good. I mean,
He was not going to be out forever.
I'm
Yeah,
still
he was only
hearing,
out another, like, 2
hearing
weeks.
that the Dolphins and the Eagles are wanting to trade for Deshaun. So I don't think
I
Trump's
said
going
it.
to
I
either
said
of
it
them.
months ago. The Giants, bro.
they should.
Like, they can't win.
Yeah, but why would he
anything.
go to
You know what I'm
Gettleman?
saying? They could win 2 games with Cam.
I
swear to
wouldn't.
God, they could win. 2
If I
games
was
with Cam.
Cam,
They ain't winning nothing. with
Get him in
Cam.
bench Cam, remember?
Yeah, if I was Cam, I would not go to Gettleman. I'd say Gettleman, you got to get on national television, get on your hands and knees, and beg me to come back, and then I'll show up.
Unfortunately, guys, I don't think Cam
Cam
plays this year. I hate to say it, but I don't think he plays this year.
It may not.
I don't think so.
Why do you
either.
think that?
I
mean, there's really nowhere for him to go. If Ron Rivera's not picking him up, there's really nowhere for him to go. Jeffrey Lurie just gave the go-ahead for the Eagles to trade for Deshaun Watson, but really, are you going to really trade for Deshaun Watson? Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen.
Either.
Any team that trades for Deshaun Watson, as soon as that trade goes through, Goodell's going to put him on the exempt list. The only reason he's not on the exempt list right now, the only reason he's not on the exempt list right now is because the Texans have already told the NFL they're not going to play him.
And if you're looking at that team, if let's say you're Jalen Hurts, you've been told you're the starter. You're going to try to bring somebody in, and when the NFL puts him on the exempt, you're going to say, "Oh, now you'll have to start." I mean, if I'm Jalen Hurts, I'm like, "Whoa, dude, trade me."
If you put Watson on the exempt list here in Houston, their argument may be like, we're just going to fold as a business. Like, hey, NFL, do you
There's no
want
reason
the
to put
Houston Texans just to dissolve?
Yeah, there's no reason to
So
put
I
him on the
feel like-
exempt list in Houston because they've already told the NFL they're not going to play him.
Yeah,
but
but
if he's
still,
trading,
He's
like,
not
in
going to
the
be
past,
able to play in 2
the
years.
Greg Hardy era, they would have already kicked this dude out of the NFL,
Yeah.
like
You're right.
completely, without any trial, without any interviews. They would just been like, "Oh, name
Yeah.
showed up." See
He's
you
not playing
later.
in 2 years.
There is something strange in the neighborhood, in my mind, about the Deshaun Watson non-punishment.
if
I don't know
Philadelphia,
what
if
my
Philadelphia
opinion
or
is on it.
Miami trades for
I don't know what
Deshaun
my
Watson,
opinion is on it. But the thing is this is how is there a non-penalty in a league where they penalize everybody before anything happens?
Yeah. If he was suspended right now for the rest of the year, somebody would trade for him just for next year.
Yeah.
Right.
This year, he's not going to play this year, and then when he gets put on
He
another
could be
team next
kicked
year,
out. Like you could trade for him, and all of a sudden
No,
they
don't.
like Pete Rose him.
yeah,
but
But
who's
to my
going to give up
point,
3
like that-
first-round picks for somebody that won't play this year, and there's a chance if he's found guilty, he won't play next year
Right.
either.
I
Exactly.
don't know.
But- and
I'm not
listen, but
touching
that's-
him with a different.
that's-
I'd rather sign Cam.
That's why it confuses so many people, because even though all that stuff seems like common knowledge, Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter and all the big time guys continue to say that these discussions are still happening, and at some point he is going to be traded. So to me, it's like an inevitability. Taking it back to Cam, look, you all know I'm a Cam lover and defender. I think
I am
Cam
too.
Newton.
Yeah, me too.
I love me some Cam Newton. But I mean, the writing has been on the wall, man. I really don't think that Cam is wanting to go to a place and sit behind somebody. And to me, that means he probably isn't going to play until next season when somebody, gives him a shot at the start of the year. And even then, it'll be like what, 2 years since he's had like a season. Like I'm
if
at
he
the
gets
point
that
now.
shot,
I'm at the point
probably
now.
get him.
But it's more than just that, too. I'm at the point now where I think, sadly, we're going to be talking about Cam Newton's career as incredible for a while, but ultimately a ton
Blamed out.
of
I was gonna ask
unrealized
this.
potential.
I was just gonna ask this: is this is Cam a great story or a sad story?
A sad story.
No, I don't say sad. I still
Man,
Just
you want
because-
MVP.
and Cody, I know what you're gonna say, but the only reason I say it's a sad story because the amount of talent that Cam Newton had and still has, if you put him on a legitimate team with
why it is
legitimate
sad.
weapons, they screwed Cam. In Carolina,
Yeah.
Marty Gurney and Dave Gettleman screwed Cam because they're like, Cam, you're so great. We're gonna put money on the defense, but we're not gonna give you any weapons because we know you can do it on your own.
Exactly.
And then when they tried to, they failed. They drafted Kelvin Benjamin. Is
Too
like
little, too late.
And he
It was
made
too
that's
little,
the
too
thing.
late.
He
Everything
made
was
Kelvin
too little, too
Benjamin
late.
1,000-yard receiver.
crazy.
What quarterback in the NFL could have made Kelvin Benjamin 1,000-yard receiver?
And
I
then
can see him
imagine throwing
signing
Cam
with
under
the
bus.
Steelers next year if Roethlisberger retires.
Ooh, what if he could go there and start right now?
I think he could. He can be better than Big Ben right now.
Ben's about to go, like his arm's gonna fall
Yeah.
off. Did you guys see that clip of him trying to throw the ball? On the
Trying to
line?
run
Oh,
it.
Yeah, he's like
retired
falling
last
over.
year.
It's like I felt like my friend told me this. He said, "I don't know if I should laugh or feel bad at myself for laughing."
No.
Yeah, Ben will retire at the end of the season, but they're sticking with Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins for some reason.
Oh,
I don't get it.
shush!
They
I
are.
don't get it, but they are. They're sticking with those. I don't get it. I would sign Cam Newton like
So
yesterday.
then this
Ben-
is a sad story, bro.
Yeah.
This is a sad. Cam Newton has become a sad story. My happiest story in my football life, in a way, for so long, ended on 6 years of sadness.
Cam should do what that guy did with the Saints. Have a
He
black
should
ball
sue.
video.
Look, dude, that's what we're. You know what? If we find that video, we're gonna be like, "Oh, this totally shows."
You think that
black ball.
quarterback's better than Cam? Oh, that quarterback's better than Cam? Oh, that okay.
Yo, I love this comment. Big Ben stopped masturbating and fell off a cliff.
Well, he turned to Jesus, right? He's born again after raping.
Yeah, that's hilarious, man.
He did come out and say he had a porn addiction, which is funny.
Did he?
And it's not funny because there's like
That's not a
probably
real
like
thing.
3
Hey,
people
what's
up there that do have
self-respecting
one, and they
man?
just don't want to admit it.
Hey, what self-respecting man in 2021 doesn't have a porn addiction? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, dude. Like, that's everybody, isn't it? Shit, come on.
I don't know any man without a porn addiction.
Yeah, like, dude, come on. That's a Wednesday, bro. Chill out. but dude, so listen, I want to get some score predictions here. We're going in on 3 hours, man. The Friday free for all is strong on this day, man. I appreciate you all for joining me. No, we're about to get out of here, man. But
I gotta get to a bar and get laid.
Hey, man, you know, we all have a bunch of different.
Wait, you guys are getting laid?
I hope so.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to, you know, I'm not a closed book, okay? I'm an open book, you know. I'm real honest, you know. Yeah,
I gotta go first.
Yeah, do it, man.
I'm saying we're winning. I think it's 23-17 Panthers.
You, after all the negativity you spewed on that post-game show, we're gonna win.
I'm always positive before the game and negative after the game. No, I wasn't negative. You guys gave me the bum.
Tony, you were the one that went on there and be like, I'm the only one that's depressed. Like, seriously?
I was depressed because
you were G-Baby.
Christian McCaffrey. We lost Christian McCaffrey. Like, how can you not be depressed? We beat, yes. We
it was depressing.
When you start agreeing with G-Baby, you got a problem.
G-Baby used to be a star. G-Baby used to be a star on this, and I ride with G-Baby. Cody Lashley turns back on him, man. But
no, man, you two are like blood brothers. That's like your spirit animal right now, man.
Booyaka, booyaka, booyaka.
Give them some credit, man. It's like,
So,
what's up,
look,
motherfucker?
is again, what I'm trying to tell you all about the Houston Texans matchup is that we lost a lot to get that win.
Yeah,
it was an expensive ass win. We lost Christian McCaffrey. Who else we lose? We lose Jaycee Horn. We lost Justin Burris. It was an expensive ass win. And on top of that, I went into that game thumping my chest like this, thinking we were gonna beat the fucking be like Alabama on them bitches. That's what I thought we were gonna be. I thought we were gonna put up like a 50 burger on them. And I mean, I was feeling so good. And then we were nervous around halftime. We were like all catching our breath. Christian McCaffrey was like, I mean, good God, it was emotionally a lot on me. Sam Darnold played well. He played very well. But we got to go out there in this. Is that we don't got Christian McCaffrey this week. Sam Darnold is going to have to play exceptional, man. That's what it's going to take. Is like he has to play exceptional. If he plays average, it's not going to work because our offensive line isn't good enough for him to just be average. So I'm saying 23-17, the Carolina Panthers find a way to stop the run and disrupt some shit. And I don't know why I picked those numbers. I just don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think our defense is going to be is legit. That's what I'm trying to say. Is our defense is going to give us a chance.
I like that, man. Closer than I'm gonna put it, but I like that number for our defense. But yeah, man, Kevin, give me that hot prediction, bro.
It was funny. I was the one worried about the Cowboys, yet the first number that came to my mind was like 28-10 Carolina.
Oh,
I don't even know why
I
was worried about that.
Hey.
that's what I posted in the chat a while ago. 28-10 Carolina.
I said it earlier, man. It's going to be 28-14, 28-14, 28-10. That's going to be the score. Cuba's going to have a rushing touchdown. Terrace gets his first touchdown. DJ has one. Robbie has one. Sam's going to throw for over 300 yards again.
Yeah, I like that all day, man. I like that. Hey, Jay, give me that score prediction, man.
I'm with you guys. I was thinking 28-14 final score.
All right. We're
into existence, man. Speaking it into existence.
Panther Rule, you said what was your score?
28-10.
28-10. Okay,
that's what I posted earlier in the chat. Yeah, 28-10. And defense gets 5 sacks on Dak Prescott.
All right. Who hadn't picked yet? Nick and Blake?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Blake.
Well, I think Captain Toes Dante is going to fulfill the prophecy of the Madden simulation. So I'm expecting 27-17 Panthers.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Nick,
defense is going to eat.
What you
I
thinking,
think this
man?
one. I think this one's going to come down to the last drive of the game. Okay, I think it's going to be all about who scores first. But that last drive of the game, I think we pull it off. 27-20.
I can see that.
27-20. All right, I like that. I like that going against the grain. Everybody's that's more closer than everybody's predicting. I'm gonna go the opposite direction, man. I'm feeling some type of way, and man, I'm thinking 32-14, bro. I'm thinking Panthers.
I like it.
I want Panthers to put up a 30 burger on them, man. Let's do it, man. Like there's no like after we went and looked at their defensive backfield and how many young players they are, and now Joe Brady has had a week to really open up the playbook and install an offense that's built for this roster formation. Yeah, we have no reason to not do what we need to do.
I'll say this: I'm more worried about the Vikings. I'm more worried about us playing the Vikings than I am against them. Before the season started, I saw a lot of people saying we might lose to the Cowboys. I feel like the Vikings game is the one that could trap us. That's the one they could catch us, not with the Cowboys. Cowboys, nah. It ain't gonna be competitive.
At my work, there's one person that everyone hates. And it wasn't until like a week ago I found out they're a Cowboys fan. I'm just like,
yeah,
makes the perfect fucking sense in the world.
I'll just say this, dude. That should be absolutely perfect, man, because we do have a very weak schedule within the next few weeks, man. We play the rest of the NFC least, so we play the Eagles right after that. Then we play the Vikings, and the Vikings, like, they've lost a bunch, but they have been right there with every one of their opponents. So yeah, that's a good football team.
Cook is hurt, right?
Then we play the Giants. Then we play the Falcons. Bro, it's looking like we might not play our next legitimate test until week 10. Well, no, and then New England looks like trash now.
So that's one game.
I mean, but dude, I think week 10 is going to be our first real, like,
Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona.
Man, look, Kyler Murray scares me. We saw what Zach Wilson was doing with his athleticism. Kyler Murray scares me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And he was he has a rushing touchdown in every game this year.
I thought he was going to be a bust in the NFL.
Bro, you know what tripped me out? I was watching a highlight of his. It's a naked boot. Murray took the snap, faked it to the running back, and he just went into the end zone. The man is wearing that play. And as he's running into the end zone, you just see this huge fucking grin. The shit hurt me to my soul because it just reminded me of Cam. I was bro.
And he got that number 1 too. He got that big number 1 on his chest too, bro. And
he knew nobody. He knew he was walking in.
And bro, I can't even front. I like that Zen thing he does in the end zone. His celebration when he gets into the meditation pose, bro. That's kind of fire.
That man scared me.
Yeah, man.
People gave me shit when I said he could be 8-0, and we can literally be 8-0.
Yep. But hey, man, listen, 77 people strong to the very end of the show. Man, I appreciate y'all. Dude, this has been another edition of the Friday Free For All, every Friday at 7 p.m., where you can come and tell me and everyone else your opinion on this Panthers football team. To all my guys, man, I appreciate every single one of you coming in. Especially everybody that's been here week after week, which is every one of you, which is awesome, man. Let me get people to plug their stuff before we get out of here. AJ Lindsay, where can they find you, man?
You can follow me on Instagram, AJ Lindsay 1216. Looking forward to being back next week talking about a Panthers victory over these Dallas Cowboys and getting ready for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep, I love it, man. I'm so happy you could join us today, AJ. My man Blake, you've been putting out content on TikTok. You took our man T Baby to task, which And don't believe him. He deserved it. He deserved it. He was in his emotions. Yeah, he was in his emotions. Tell them where they can find you and the content that you're putting out, man.
So that if you want to follow the TikTok page, it's just my first and last name, Blake Bettis. Like Jerome, I say it to everybody. Jerome's my uncle.
I like that.
But my TikTok is Blake Bettis. I'm actually working on some new stuff. I have an idea week after week for a TikTok that I want to run by you, Cody. Maybe on Twitter or something like that to get your thoughts on it. But my TikTok is Blake Bettis. Find me there. If you could go see the full version of that TikTok, which I think you missed the very beginning of it because you had some technical difficulties.
Yeah,
with it,
dude, I kept on trying to play it, and it would like take me to another TikTok. I'm like, dude, they're trolling me.
Strange.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I think there's only like 10 or 15 seconds of it that you missed. I had like the Sports Center intro.
Yeah.
And then I told him my broadcaster name was Bend Over, and then I had a picture of Will Ferrell.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it, man. Keep on putting out the content, and yeah, we'll message each other here soon, man. Panther Rule, I appreciate you joining me again, man. Do you have anything you want to shout out before we leave here?
No, you can go to find me on Twitter at Panther Pickle, or you can actually find me on Facebook at Kenneth Picklesheimer. That's my name. So if y'all want to hit me up on Facebook, but I don't hardly chat Panthers on Facebook. But
Twitter is definitely my platform.
Exactly. That's where I go.
Of choice. Yeah, man, for sure. My man Justin. Man, I'm so happy that you can hang out with us again, bro. I love the opinions that you have on this football team. And again, you're like Kevin, you're a South Carolina fan, but I don't even hold that against you too much, you know.
Same record, 2-2.
Hey, man, we ain't talking about that right now. Anyway, Justin, tell them where they can find you, man, and anything you want to let them know before we get out of here, bro.
Yeah. I'm right now. I ain't doing a whole lot on online. I got my YouTube name up there, JD54. In the future, I probably will be dropping some videos. Other than that, man, it's been dope being here with you guys. We'll run it again this upcoming Friday after we got this dub.
Hey, you already know, man. For this is Friday free for all. Y'all be here every week. We'll do it every week, man. Kevin Boshoven, tell them where they can find you, and don't say nothing sideways about my Tigers, bro.
You can find me at KBosh89, where I'm constantly talking shit to Cody about his whack ass Tigers. And you know, other than that, I'll be at the bar drinking. And let's go Gamecocks and fuck Tigers.
Ooh.
Where's my mic? Yeah.
Bye, Kevin.
He did quick.
Remember who has the power here, damn it.
How dare you?
All right, man. My name is Cody Lashman. You can find. Oh no! What am I doing? What am I doing? I cannot pass up on Nick Montiero. He's been here for every one of these things, bro. I'm ridiculous, man.
How dare he?
It's all good. It's all good. You know what? You don't hate on Sam Darnold like T Baby does, so it's okay. I'll forgive this one.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
But yeah, you can catch me on Instagram under Monty's Motorsports. I'm always posting up pictures of whatever I'm doing on the weekends, wheeling, working on cars, you name it. I'm out there doing it. I just got back from my trip up at Mount Washington, and Cody, I don't know if you can pull up that picture. If none of you guys have ever been to Mount Washington, man, you guys definitely have to go out there. It is absolutely gorgeous. I know it's quite a ways away from Carolina, but man, there's nothing like being up in the mountains.
Whoo!
Shit.
Yeah, dude.
Damn, man, that's a hell of a view, brother.
I can trip some mushrooms on there.
Dude.
Yeah, it's
I miss the mountains.
The auto road to get up to the top, it's like 5 or 6 miles long. Travis Pastrana just actually set a record going up it this past, I want to say it was back in July, of 6 minutes and like 30 seconds. If you guys get the chance, check out the video, man. It is insane. Like
Pastrana's wild.
Yeah, he is. Like
And
going up the
where is
mountain.
it? Where is this at?
It's in northern New Hampshire.
Okay.
So,
dude, that's sick, man.
Up near AJ. I'm sure AJ's been up there once or twice.
Oh yeah, I've been up to Mount Washington. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
imagine
that's
climbing
awesome,
up that mountain in 6 minutes 30 seconds.
Nah.
Nah, couldn't if I
So.
tried.
But yeah.
Man, yeah, dude, I appreciate all of you, everybody, for coming, hanging out on the Friday free for all. This is your show, man. Nobody needs to be scared, man. Y'all want to say something? You can come on the show anytime you want. We're always welcoming. Just as long as you do not have any exposed genitalia. You're good with me, bro. I don't even care, man. You could be a Cowboys fan. I'll let you come in here and talk shit. Hey, that's what this show is for. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell every single time we go live. And I will see you all on Sunday for the post-game show, where we'll be celebrating a big time W, baby. Until then, C3 Nation, keep pounding.
Keep pounding.
Keep
pounding.
Found